Mic check, mic check.
Mic check. Kirby.
Yes, sir. Kirby, baby. What it do, what it don't, what it is, and what it ain't. It's your boy, Don Otaku, aka Don Solo, aka Solo the Don, aka Solo D Swaggy, aka still on the recovery, baby. But we almost there. Still a little under the weather, but we at least like 85. You know, I got a lingering cough, so apologize in advance if I have a coughing fit every now and then, but not as bad as last week, and definitely not as bad as the week before. So we on the up and up. But this is Dual-Wield Gaming Podcast, episode 60 with confidence. And of course, I'm here with Subegels, aka Subeg, aka the Green Thumb, aka the Gaming Gardener, aka the Avatar, aka what you got for me today?
AKA I'm a little congested too, to be honest. So I guess I'm 85 too. I'm 85% as well. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Yes, sir.
I'm
What you
great.
been up
I'm
to,
happy
though?
I'm here. I'm so unfortunately Can't Flog Now didn't happen for me this past weekend. So I ended up just kind of going still because we had booked our everything, if we canceled we only would have gotten partial. So I was like, fuck that, let's go
Yeah.
anyways. And I went, and because my sister lives out there too, so she kind of like knows, like she always goes out there too, because I feel like that's just LA culture. It's just going out, like doing shit, because there's always something like new to do. But yeah, man, I walked a lot. I on Saturday I had like 24,000 steps, and then on Sunday I had like 18,000. So it's like I was walking, but it was fun, man. It was fun. Um, Still got to enjoy some good ass music. Got to see some art, which was nice. Um, I seen a movie being filmed, which was cool. I tried to actually get like a video of the cameras filming it too, and seeing like the shots that they were taking, which was nice. The weather was beautiful out there. Honestly, it wasn't even raining that bad. If like it wasn't raining so bad to the point where like it didn't make us like not want to do like walk around and stuff. Like we're walking around perfectly fine. And there was points where it was even just like perfectly sunny and like just clear skies for a few hours. So but I'm good. Played a little bit of games, to be honest. But well, what about you? What have you been up to?
Same old for me. Nothing too crazy going on.
That's what's up, man.
I went to a Golden Corral like the first time in like 10 years.
Golden Crow, is that a restaurant?
It's the buffet, bro. Y'all ain't had no Golden Corral, bro.
I don't think we have one around here. Let me check.
Bro, so Golden Corral, probably like one of the most famous buffets, like chains out there. And in Houston, they closed all of them down. So we found out that there was one in Vancouver, Washington, which is like 20 minutes away from us. And we're like, bro, for the nostalgia, we got to hit this hoe up.
Okay, so there's one. What the hell is this one? There's not one in my city. Okay, so there's one 30 minutes away from me, and then there's one 40 minutes away from me.
Okay.
Both opposite directions.
Yeah, but like Golden Corral, see, I got mixed memories of Golden Corral because like as a kid,
this looks bust, bro.
As a kid, I was like, yeah, bro, this shit used to slap. Like not every Sunday, but like probably like once a month, we would either hit up the Ryan's, which is like that was a local buffet in Houston. If you know, you know. They closed that shit down though. But after Ryan's closed, it was like once a month after church, Golden Corral, get whatever you want. Like that shit was fire. But then as an adult, started going there like in my teens and shit, and then it was like, yo, this shit is actually ass. Like, what the fuck was I thinking?
That's hella funny.
So like then they closed down, and it's like, damn, it's gone. It was due to the pandemic and all that shit. They started closing down a lot of the locations, and all of them closed down in Houston. Like, there's no more. At least in my area of Houston, they probably had some on the outskirts, but I never paid attention. So shit was crazy. And then we were just talking about like I think we saw like a TikTok or some shit of someone at Golden Corral, and we were like, bro, remember, like we were just reminiscing about that shit. And then we found out that they had one. We were like, hey, we ain't got shit to do. Let's go. Buffet was $16.99 each, which
that's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. That was for the lunch. And I came out, I was like, you know what? They got some shit over here, bro. Like, not everything hit, but the things that did hit, it was actually like pretty worth it. Like, you can get ready. So basically you can get, so we found a lick, right? Because there's the dinner, which that's, you get all the good shit, right?
Yeah.
And then they got the lunch where it's like, it's still good, but they skimping out on like the best shit. So we came at we got there at 3:45 because that's just, we weren't even planning this. It just kind of happened. We got there at 3:45. So like, and like first 15 minutes we was just like making salads and shit, just like trying to, you know, get the greens in first before we just go ham. And then come 4 o'clock, we just see them start prepping. That's when the dinner started. They started prepping all the good shit. And I was like, hold on. This is the lick. We get here at the lunch price right before they pull out the dinner shit. And then we get all the benefits of dinner without paying the extra like $6. That shit was crazy. So then it was like, all right, we got ready, like made to order steaks. It's not buffet shit. Like, they gonna make the steak. You just gotta order that shit how you want it, medium rare, anything you want. And bro,
that shit sounds good.
That shit was actually fire. They had some pork tenderloin. That shit was fire. They had, like, since I've been here, I have not, like, in Houston, fried catfish, that was my shit. No matter where you went, you could get some good ass fried catfish. Over here, they don't even know what catfish is, bro. That shit is so sad. Like, the most catfish that I can get is at Long John Silver's, and that's not happening. So they had some fried catfish there, and I was like, bro, let me just try this shit. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be ass, bro. That shit was actually fire. I was so upset that like Golden Corral was the best catfish that I had since being in Portland. And bro, we
but at least it was good, dude. At least it was good.
Yeah, like there was some stuff that I got on my plate, and I was like, yeah, nah, this shit ain't it. But for the most part,
sounds hella good.
Yeah, for the most part, like they had a lot of shit. And they got like a whole Mexican food section. They got a Asian food section. Then they just got like the comfort food shit. They had some fucking shepherd's pie that was actually pretty lit. They had some fucking roast beef stew or pot roast stew. That shit was fire. We were just trying shit, and I was trying to make sure I just got the small portions just to taste shit. And then on the last round, I was like, all right, what was my favorite shit? I'm about to go ham on whatever was like the best shit after that. So yeah, that buffet was, go to Corral, get a pass now. I was like, okay, I don't know if it was just the location I used to go to as in my teens that was just bad, but this one was smacking. I ain't gonna lie. And then
I'm looking at the menu. This shit looks.
The dessert bar was actually pretty lit too. They had a bunch of different cakes. They had like some actually fire ass cookies. Like they were perfectly soft. They were fresh out the oven. That shit was fire. The ice
Parmesan
cream.
crusted whitefish. That sounds hella good.
I think my girl tried
30
that
grams.
one.
30 grams of protein.
So
Did
yeah,
she like it?
yeah, she liked it.
That's good. That sounds good.
So yeah, we big backed that shit, for sure. But hey, that I was like, yeah, we gotta come back for that. So Golden Corral, that was a nostalgic experience. Like everything felt so nostalgic. Them rolls, yeah, that was the one thing I was like, yeah, I can't fill up on these rolls, but them rolls be good as fuck, bro. But then like, so we did this shit right before I had an extra shift, and we were like, yeah, we got enough time. We gonna make it, right? My shift was starting at 5:30. We finished at like 4:45. So we were like, okay, yeah, and it's like 30 minutes to get back. We were like, yeah, we good on time. We all good. But as we were getting in the car, there was this guy who was like asking us like, hey, my car ran out of gas, and like, can y'all just go to the gas station right across the street and just fill up this jug for us, and we'll like give you the money to just get the gas. And then I was
Why
like,
didn't they just go and do it?
see, I mean, I don't know, but I understand why, because it was like, it's not across the street, like it's not, it's like across a freeway.
Oh, okay, so it's like a block away or something like
yeah,
that.
it's like across the freeway and a little bit down the street, but like you got to cross some traffic and shit.
Gotcha,
And it's not
gotcha.
like a walking situation.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
so I understand why.
that's fair. That's fair.
So I was like, yeah, bro, for sure. Like I wasn't about to. And then like the crazy part is, so I like when we were walking in, we actually walked in together, and I like opened the door for him and shit. And I guess that's why he's like, oh yeah, this guy seems trustworthy enough. So so I went, and I was like, he was trying to give us like a water jug. I was like, oh no, we actually got a actual gas tank, a gas can in the car, and then we used that instead. So we filled that hole up for him, came back, and then we were pouring the gas in, and then I felt so bad about this because we were trying to help, but we ended up fucking him up, like fucking him over in a sense, because the tip of the gas can kind of got stuck, and then that hole broke inside of his gas tank. And then like at first it was still like visible where we were like, okay, we gotta get some like needle nose pliers or something to pull this shit out before it goes too far in. So then there was another guy who was like watching us in the, like he pulled up to the parking lot and he saw us like struggling over there. He's like y'all need some help? And then we're like, yeah, if you got like needle nose pliers or something. He's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure I got everything in here. So he had a pickup truck and he had a bunch of tools in the pickup truck, but it was like unorganized. So he had to like look through it to find it. And then the guy who owns the car, he was like, oh wait, I got a screwdriver, let me just try to like get the screwdriver in there and try to pull it out. And then the other guy was still looking for the needle nose pliers, and then he tries to get it out with the screwdriver. He ends up pushing the fucking nozzle deeper inside, and it was just gone. And then it was like, damn, like you're not getting that shit out anytime soon, or like you gonna need like a drain snake or something, because that shit was pretty far in there. So then I felt bad as fuck because I was like, damn, like we came to help and now we gave this motherfucker another problem to deal with, like. But the car started up. He was able to get there. He's gonna be able to get home. But yeah, so I felt kind of bad about that. I was like, damn. That shit sucks. But you know, we tried to help. We did the best we could. I didn't know that that shit was gonna happen. It was an old gas can, but I didn't expect that. But you know, I ended up being late to work, so that sucked. But it was cool. Um, I feel like the good outweighed the bad.
Yeah, yeah. You got him. You got the guy some gas, so that's all
Yeah,
that matters.
and he had his family with him and everything. And those kids were
Yeah.
funny. They kept on asking me for high fives and shit.
Hmm.
But yeah,
There you go.
it was a good time though.
Helping the streets, man. Helping the streets.
But yeah, that was my Golden Corral story. But with that, let's get into the gaming.
Yes, sir.
So I'll actually go first because I really did not play too much. So as you can see on the screen, that Blops, Black Ops 7 in the building.
Oh no.
So yeah, hey man, what can I say except it's definitely Call of Duty. I don't know what y'all want from me. Like, I played it. I was like, yeah, bro, this is Call of Duty, all right. And I had a good time in the multiplayer for that first 2 days. And I haven't touched it since. I was thinking about getting on. I was actually about to get on right before the pod, but then I was like, nah, City Game Studio is calling me. I'm gonna get on that instead.
There's too many other games calling, honestly.
Yeah. But I got my yearly Call of Duty fix. I feel
In 2 days.
Yeah, in 2 days. I feel great about it.
That's all.
The maps were fun. The multiplayer was fun. I do want to play the co-op campaign though, because it's been a long ass time since we had a co-op campaign. So I want to play that with Mars whenever we get some time. But yeah, I've been hearing mixed things. I've been hearing a lot of people say that it's the worst campaign ever, and I heard a lot of people say it's a step down from Black Ops 6, but not that bad. And then I heard a lot of people saying like, yeah, that shit was actually pretty dope. So we'll see where we stand. And then this game came out a little after, or maybe the same day when we recorded the podcast, or the day after. But I got a chance to play Where the Winds Meet, the free to play
Oh
Wuxia
yeah.
open world RPG,
Mhm. Mhm.
and is it's good. Like, okay, for it being free to play, it's definitely worth trying out. Like,
Okay.
I recommend giving it a chance because it does have a lot of really good AAA open world RPG, like action RPG energy in it.
Yeah.
Now, is it if someone was to tell me like would I pay $60, $70, even $50 for this game? Probably not. Not even. It does a lot of things good, like the combat is good. The like cinematics, the action, everything is pretty good.
Mhm.
But it's just kind of it hasn't gotten me. Like, it hasn't hooked me at all so
Yeah.
far. There's there's some cool like weird shit going on. Like, you learn Tai Chi from a bear in the beginning, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, what the fuck is this? Um, I don't know what's going on in the story at all. It's like you start off as these two guys, and they're running from an army or something, or battling this army, and then you almost die. Like, the guy almost dies, but his friend saves him, and he die? I actually don't know. Then it just skips to your created character. Like, it just skips time, and you play as your created character, and then you run into the guy from the beginning, and he kind of just beats you up and knocks you out, and he takes your green pendant or whatever for whatever reason.
Mm.
I don't understand anything about this story. But then you wake up and then there's this little girl who's your companion, and she's like, you gotta go make some money, and I think she's your pimp, because she was just like, you gotta go clean up and do some errands and make some money and shit. And I was like, okay. um but I like that there's different weapons and each weapon has its own fighting style. I guess they show you that character at the beginning just to show you, like, hey, this is what a maxed out character with all the abilities would be like. So you get to try out like what it feels like when you have 8 different abilities, and like you have like 2 different weapons and all this shit, and you're just going crazy. And then you get your created character, and then you just got that one weapon, one ability, and it's like, okay, yeah, I see, I gotta level up to get to that status. But I'm not seeing anything that's like crazy gotcha, like pay to win energy yet. So that's good so far.
That's good.
But I haven't scratched the surface yet. I've been just trying to find time to come back to it, but
Have you done
everything,
the move where they're like flying up in the air and you're like shooting yourself across the sky or something like that?
no,
Nah, have you seen that though?
no, I have not.
Nah, it looks sick, dude. I hope you get to it.
Yeah, I made a female character because they just looked
Oh, okay.
cooler.
Yeah, dude, the character designs are,
Yeah, the character creator
bro,
was actually
they're
pretty nice, and I like that they had this social media kind of system where like
Mhm.
people could share their created characters, and like the most popular ones would like show up, and you could
Yeah.
just like
Okay.
choose them and then kind of
That's
customize
cool.
from there,
Mhm.
like make your character from there.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. You can make your
Yeah.
character black, which I was not expecting. I was really thinking that they were just gonna limit the skin tone, but no, they didn't. So good on NetEase for that. Um, and then I named my character. I was listening to Kendrick Lamar,
Okay.
and then I was
K
just,
dot.
yeah, and I was like, I don't know what a Chinese name would sound like, because I like to name my characters to something that would fit. So I was
Like
super,
with the game,
yeah,
right? Like with
yeah.
the setting.
So like if I play any kind of fantasy world, I always go to, like, if I'm playing like a D&D fantasy type of game, I always go to
Yeah.
a D&D like fantasy name generator. And if they don't have a randomized generator already, like I prefer if they have a generator already there for me, so I don't have to think. But if they don't have one, then I'll go online and find a randomized like name generator, and then that's how I pick my character names for those type of worlds. Like I did that with
Mhm.
Avowed, and I did that with my D&D characters in Baldur's Gate. I always do that. So now
Yeah.
I'm over here like, okay, I really don't know any, like, if it was a Japanese game, I could think of a million. But it's Chinese, so I'm like, okay, I really don't know Chinese names like that, except for super racist ones like Ling Ling and shit like that. So I was like, okay. I was like, I'm also too lazy to go to a like Chinese name generator. And I was listening to Kendrick Lamar, and I was like, you know what? Your name. I'm sorry, this is racist as fuck, so I apologize to everybody. Your name is gonna be Singfo Me. Sing for
Mm.
me. Sing for
Yeah.
me.
I got you.
Yeah. Canceled. I apologize to everyone.
It's over. It's Jover.
Yeah.
On the day that Kirby Air Riders comes out too.
But yeah, man. This game is definitely I think everyone should at least try it out. It's free. Like, I had some fun with it, but I need to play a little bit more, I guess. I do like that you just kind of start off with a double jump and an air dash. so that's cool. I haven't had any uses for it though, but we gonna see. And that is, yeah, that's literally the only two games I've played since, or like outside of Fortnite. Which shout out to the Tyler the Creator. I bought all of that shit. Every single Tyler the Creator. I bought the whole bundle, the shoes, all the songs, everything. So shout out to the Tyler the Creator skins. I love that his emote is "thought I was dead" because it just fits. Because every time I wipe out a whole squad, I just hit the "you thought I was dead, you thought I was dead." That shit is
That's
fire.
fun.
So yeah, just been chilling when it comes to the gaming. Nothing too crazy.
Okay.
But
That's
what
sick,
about yourself?
Yeah, man, I haven't been playing too much. I really only had one real play session in the past week, and that was last night. Actually, I probably played something before I left, but it was probably just something on the Switch, like either some Legends R or some Hyrule. But I went back to Lost Soul because they had a really big patch that they dropped. They've been steadily updating this game. Was this patch in your notes today or not?
No.
Okay, so they added a lot in the patch. They added a whole like pretty much like a horde mode type thing. They revamped and changed like the lighting and like the facial animations in the cutscenes. I was seeing a little bit of it. Like I didn't start a new playthrough, but I like did go back into like an earlier save that I have and just like seeing. I was like, this does kind of look a little different from how I remember it. The most important thing for the gameplay edition is they made like the double jump actually like a double jump, like because like last time like it was a double jump, but like now it actually feels better, and it just feels a lot more smooth to like transition from like a double jump to like a dash, or like on the ground transitioning from like a dodge to like a jump or something like that. And then even with the combat, but just little quality of life changes. I already thought the combat felt really good, so I was happy. I was happy playing it. It felt really good, man. I I think like I really like the level design. Like I don't like how linear it is because it does feel very linear, but the level design is really striking, and like each area you go to is very different in contrast to like the previous one. So
It's like Final Fantasy 13.
yeah, it's yeah, in a sense it really is like linear like that. There is some areas that are like open, but it's like it's very like still just linear. Like you're going to this place to move on, or you're going over here to like just defeat some enemies and like collect some stuff. But it's fun though. I'm even liking like the platforming stuff that they have going on. Like they even change up what they like the little like traversal gimmicks that they do in between like the combat sections and stuff. So I'm still enjoying it, man. I think I'm a little bit. I think I might be halfway through the game now, which is nice. I tried to jump into Ninja Gaiden, but I'm like, I don't like playing like too many like of the same genre at once. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like playing games like that because it really like tires me out if I do that.
Like
And
when you
like
were playing Ninja Gaiden Ragebound and Shinobi.
exactly, like that's why I still haven't played Ninja Gaiden Ragebound yet. Like I played the demo, like I played the fuck out of the demo, but I haven't even played the full game yet, and I bought it too. So I guess I just bought it to support it at this point, but it's all good because I know that game's also pretty awesome. I just got to get into exactly that's such a great point because they're not similar in a sense that like one's more like hack and slash and the other one is like one hit and they're dead, but like they like 2D playing, you know, one's pixel art, one's like hand drawn. They're relatively similar, but what's it called? Yeah, man. Don't wanna be like, you know, like, you know, jumping between Ninja Gaiden and Lost Soul. I'm like, this one's better with this, and then that one's better with this, and this one's better with that. Like just enjoy the games for what they are. So I'm trying to finish Lost Soul, and then when I'm done, probably get to Ninja Gaiden like later on. but it did look really good on the Xbox. So I did play like an hour of it on there. Um, Super smooth. That's one of the games that actually has a really good Pro enhancement. For the PS5 Pro, I was looking at the videos on it. It looks like the quality mode, which is like the 4K mode, runs at like a 60 frames on the Pro, so that's nice. And I think they even have like Pro specific like toggles where it's like you can unlock the frame rate for the performance and the balanced mode or whatever it has. So I think you can play like the performance mode at like 90 frames on the PS5 Pro, which is cool. Or it might even get to 120 frames because I know there is a 120 FPS mode on the Xbox Series X, but I think like the base resolution's like 720p or something like that. So it's like they upscale it from a really low res. But it's really good though. I don't like I was saying earlier, I don't really like the level design in Ninja Gaiden 4. It feels very like samey everywhere I go in that game. So I do want to separate myself from Lost Soul because like literally like every like hour or 2 hours you're in a completely different environment. Like you're changing it up like super quickly. But yeah, that's really it. Some Legends off, still enjoying it, dude. I'm it's so fun, dude. I don't even know what else to say about that game. Like when I play it, I'm just like, man, this is like I'm just imagining what like a mainline Pokemon game with this combat system and like all that would be like. And I know they're probably not going to do that. They're probably still going to stick with the traditional like turn based. But just imagining it, it just would be amazing. But
I,
yeah, that's really it.
Look,
What? You got something? You got something to say
I think
about Legends? Ah,
no about the next Pokemon.
okay. Yeah.
I think they gon' I think they're gonna have options for the combat.
Really? Okay.
I think they're gonna have the traditional turn base for the people who want that,
Ooh.
but they're gonna
Uh-huh.
have a ZA or a new battle system that it improves on what ZA did.
Uh-huh.
Like they're gonna have a mix, kind of like how they did with Scarlet and Violet, where you had that auto battle system if you wanted to do that for like quick leveling up and quick battles. But I
Mhm.
think they're either gonna have something completely new or but it's not just gonna be the turn based and that's it. I think they're gonna have something else there for you. So that's what I think at least. I don't think they'll ever just go completely turn based ever again.
That'd be sick. That'd be a great compromise for sure.
But yeah,
Man, dude, that's coming out. That's coming up soon. I'd say in
February,
the next 3 months.
February. They're not gonna go through that Pokemon Presents in February. They're not gonna leave Pokemon Day without talking about the next gen Pokemon. I'm gonna say
Dude,
that
that's gonna
now.
be so high, bro. A new engine too.
Yeah, they
They're
gonna
gonna
show
finally
off
dip
in
off.
engine graphics and
Woo!
everything. That's probably gonna be the first thing they show off. It was like, look at how beautiful this is, guys. You remember all that shit
30
y'all was
FPS though.
talking?
No. Yeah. No, it's gonna look great. Honestly, like I was even thinking like if they could make like a Pokemon game that looks like very modern, but it's 30 FPS, I'll take that as a trade-off because it's not like it's like hella fast action.
It just
Like
needs to look as good as a Monolith Soft game on the Switch.
exactly. I'm so hyped for that, man. That's gonna be like it's gonna be like a 1-2 combo with the Xbox Dev Direct and then like the Pokemon Presents. They'll probably even do like a Nintendo Direct somewhere in there too, you
Yeah,
know?
usually January, February, like late January, early February, we get a direct. So it's gonna
Man,
be all over the place. And then we'll probably get something from PlayStation as well. It's
yeah,
usually like February or March, one of those.
yeah.
But yeah, man. Or sometimes,
Man.
actually, it's usually January, February. Also, they usually you usually do have a Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo show to start off the year.
Hmm.
But yeah, I did forget to talk about one game though.
Okay.
My game of the year,
The Goaty.
the ending of Dispatch, completed. I beat it twice. One ending, just all like the perfect ending, bro. I like I did it all. Everyone survived. Everyone, the whole Z team is back together, and everything is good. And then I did one where I thought that I was on the right path, and then they hit me with some shit at the end where I realized that I fucked up somewhere in the like some what I don't know what choice it was that caused this to happen, but I fucked up, and then it didn't go as good as the first ending that I got. But bro, it's Dispatch is a must play. Like when it comes to the Telltale style of game, this is top two. Like only A Wolf Among Us is in that realm for me. And then they're making A Wolf Among Us too. So like, bro. So it's like, bruh, you gotta play Dispatch. Like that shit is
I want to play it,
the
man.
it's like the writing is just so good. The characters are just so good. I will say, if you're expecting the choices to be on some Detroit Become Human level, like no, not even close. It's definitely Telltale, not Quantic Dreams when it comes to your choices and consequences. Because Telltale, it's like you have that illusion that like a lot of things are gonna change based on your choices,
Yeah, but it's really like 2 or 3, maybe.
yeah, it's really it's not super impactful as far as your choice and consequence.
Yeah.
But just like the ending, like I was just talking about, the difference between like the first ending I got, that was just like, man, it was that superhero movie perfect ending that you will see in like a Marvel movie where like everything just works out, like even though all the odds were against you, and everyone survives, everyone's together, everyone's happy, everything just works out. I love that. Like I love those type of endings. It's just like Grand Theft Auto 5, where it's like, why would you even choose any of the other endings besides the save Michael and Trevor ending,
Yeah.
where everything just like it's like a perfect movie ending. But then the difference between the ending, like there's minimal differences in the two endings, but it's like it still hit differently. It's like, damn, I need to go like figure out how the fuck to get the ending, because I got the Blonde Blazer romance ending.
hmm
And I was trying to go for the Invisigal romance ending, but I ended up fucking that up somehow. So I would need to play through it again just to see what I did wrong the first time and how to get her ending. So yeah. But Dispatch is at least gonna be top 3 in my game of the year. Like,
Nice,
and
man.
it's gonna be the highest rated game that I'm like once I finish my review, because I've been slacking. It's gonna be the highest rated game that I've given on Lords of Gaming.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, check out Dispatch for sure. But that's all I got.
Yes, sir.
I actually did not set up a lore or on the radar for today, but
Oh, dude.
I will just go ahead and say Demon School is out.
hmm
It came out today, so that is it's getting pretty decent reviews. It's not super high, but it's at an 81, which is good. I'm still gonna end up buying it, checking it out whenever I got the time. But Demon School, Persona style SMT inspired game with like tactics RPG elements, looks pretty cool. And then also just another shout out to Megabonk, because we'll actually just go right into the first topic. if you didn't already love Megabonk and Vetinad, who is the developer, first time developer, by the way, or at least that's what a lot of people thought. But it turns out that Megabonk, they were nominated for best debut indie game, which is great to see because they definitely deserve it. It's an amazing game. But Vetinat actually came out and resigned their nomination.
Oh wow.
So let me read what they had to say.
That's crazy.
If fucking X would load any faster. Damn. All right. So they said, I'm withdrawing from the Game Awards. It's an honor and a dream for Megabonk to be nominated for TGA, but unfortunately, I don't think it qualifies for the category debut indie game. I've made games in the past under different studio names, so Megabonk is not my debut game. I really appreciate the nomination, support, and votes, but it doesn't feel right in this category. You should vote for another one of the amazing debut titles. They are all amazing games. Thanks again. New Megabonk update coming soon. John Megabonk. So yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. Like that's I was like, damn, like first off, good on them for like actually being like truthful about it, because we saw like Dave the Diver and Nexon winning best indie, even though like Nexon is as far from indie as you can get.
Yeah.
They didn't say anything about that shit. They didn't try to resignate themselves from the category or anything like that.
No, they just let it happen. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and then the crazy thing is that Jeff Keighley and the Game Awards did come out and say, yeah, we're taking them off because of this. So this is the first time we've seen a game actually get resignated from the Game Awards.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm using that word wrong.
Resignated.
I feel like I made up a word.
Disqualified?
Yeah. I guess disqualified, or it's getting removed from the nomination list. So yeah, I thought that was one, like, shout out to Vetinat for being real about the situation and just not going with the flow and trying to get the award. But also, I feel like this kind of was a boost for the game and everything. Also, like, I saw a lot of people like, hey, I never heard of this game, but now that you, like, just because you did this, I'm gonna support.
Yeah.
So shout out to
it's
that.
a cheap ass game too, so it's like,
Yeah.
it's easy to pick up.
But we actually have a clue as to who Vetinad is.
Okay.
And it's not even a clue, like, it's pretty obvious once you know. Like, it's obvious if you know the developer that, like, before it was Vetinad, who it was, because Vetinad is literally the developer's name backwards. Danny Dev, who was a YouTuber and video, like, one-man team video game creator who made games in the past. And then he just went silent on his channel and went silent on, like, you just, no more updates on the games, no new games coming out, no YouTube videos. And then Megabonk comes out of nowhere with Vetinad, which is literally Danny Dev backwards. And so people piece this together, realize that, oh, this is just Danny Dev, which is why he didn't want to accept the award for it.
Yeah.
I forgot what games Danny Dev made. I'm gonna have to look it up. But I remember, yeah, Crab Game, which was the like Squid Game kind of clone that came out on like around the same time as Squid Game. They had the little Crab Game viral game that hit up on Steam, and then Muck, which I had never heard of, but I remember Crab Game being pretty big. So yeah, what the fuck? I guess Muck is also a big ass game because it has 100,000 reviews.
Damn.
It's free. It's a survival game with like, hold on, I'm gonna see if I can put this up on the screen. It's like a survival game with totally accurate battle simulator type of like graphics and physics. Let me see if there's a YouTube video, so I'm gonna do all that. Do. Okay, I'll just play the Danny Dev video of him, I guess, showing how he kind of made this multiplayer survival game. So yeah, that's Vetinat, aka Danny Dev.
Okay. Thought it was gonna be like, oh, this guy was used to work on Vampire Survivors, and he went on to make his own big
Yeah.
thing, some crazy like that.
So yeah, he goes into a lot of. If you're into game development, I think it's pretty. I think he's pretty resourceful as far as like how to create, because he actually goes into how he created the games that he put out.
Mm.
So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I might have to try Muck. It looks funny. So yeah, that is the story of Megabonk and Vetinad and their resignation from the Game Awards. If you haven't already played Megabonk, go play Megabonk.
Facts.
All right, with that, let's go ahead and get into our next topic. Let's talk. God damn it. All right, we're back. Let's talk about a shadow drop that came out of nowhere. And just no kind of announcement beforehand or anything. They just said, yeah, let's just do it. And that is Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. And they shadow dropped the first Tomb Raider game of the New Age Tomb Raider trilogy onto the Nintendo Switch 1 and Nintendo Switch 2.
For both, huh?
Yeah, on both.
Oh,
and it's it's only $20. No upgrade path, so if you either get the Switch 1 version or you get the Switch 2, don't get the Switch 1 version and try to upgrade. It's not happening. But $20, 60 FPS on the Switch 2 version, and it looks as good as like the Xbox One version of the game. Now, there was some controversy just because it does use the assets of like the PC and Xbox One version, but like the PlayStation had a kind of specialized version that had like better face animations, better textures and stuff like that. So they're still not using that version. I guess PlayStation is the only one who gets that stuff, but it's closer to like the Xbox One and PC versions. But this is
60?
Hmm?
60 FPS.
Yeah, 60 FPS on the Switch too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I love this game. Like
Oh
this
yeah.
is my Uncharted. I always say. Um,
No, they're great. All three of the games are amazing.
I never got
Honestly.
to Shadow, but this
What?
one and Rise.
Oh,
Rise
no.
is definitely the best in at least I didn't play the third one, but Rise is definitely
Yeah.
better than the first one, but I still love the first one.
Dude, you should
Because
play the third one, bro. I have a story about the third one actually. Cause I had just gotten the Xbox One X, and I was like always looking forward to like games that like would showcase it, you know.
Mhm.
So I bought the Forza Horizon game that was out. It was probably Forza Horizon 3 at the time, maybe. Um, but yeah, and then that game came out, bro. I literally was like, dude, this is next gen when I was playing it, because it was like 4K 60, I think, or it was
Yeah,
like
and
upscaled 4K 60.
I know a lot of people said it's definitely one of the best looking games, but I remember a lot of people had issues with the story and things like that.
Sounds like an Uncharted 3 situation too, because
Yeah.
that's my favorite Uncharted, and most people have the most problems with that one too. But it's
alright.
fun. It's a fun game. It's a fun
I like
game.
the gameplay of Uncharted 3 with the combat, like the melee combat that they had was really good. But I can understand, like, coming from 2, 3 was not as impactful, like narrative wise.
Sure.
But yeah, like that first game, it's that game and Far Cry 3 are like the only two games that in like Western media at least where you start off as someone who is not a killer, and they actually show you kind of wavering in the beginning and becoming like the killer, which a lot of games is like, oh, I'm just a regular scientist, I've never killed anyone in my life, and then you're just like bodying people left and right with no kind of, like, you just have, like, your character never really shows that kind of transition, you know?
Yeah.
Which is what I always kind of hated. A lot of these games don't really show that side of, like, because in Far Cry you get that first kill and then you start vomiting and everything. I think the same thing kind of happens in the original Tomb Raider. She like panics after getting that first kill, and you don't see that in a lot of these other games where it's like, yeah, no, you were not some veteran, like, you were not a veteran in a war beforehand. You were just a regular guy, and then you're just killing people left and right like it's nothing. No kind of transition in terms of like the, and then even like Tomb Raider, how they handle it in gameplay is like, you start off like the way that you start off using your weapons, and then once you get like into the middle of the game, she just like, fuck that shit, and then she just starts going fully lethal with everything, and it's like, I love that about the first Tomb Raider. And then I wanted to play Shadow because it did seem like it was that point where it's like, now she doesn't know how to be anything but a killer. It's like she's like struggling with the battle of her becoming a monster. So I did want to play Shadow just because I wanted to see how that plays out.
Yeah, bro, you should play, man. It's fun.
But yeah, shout out to Shadow of the Tomb Raider, or not Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Shout out to the OG Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. Hopefully they get all 3 games on the Switch too. I would love to see how Shadow of the Tomb Raider looks on the Switch too.
Yeah.
But exciting Shadow drop. Love seeing more games just getting Shadow dropped. But anything you wanted to add before we move on?
For what is on the radar?
No, Tomb Raider. Just to...
Oh, for Tomb Raider. Other than, yeah, dude, that's. I gotta go back to the first one actually, because that one I haven't played in a while, but I've played Shadow pretty recently. Like maybe I would say like 2 years ago. That's a game I come back to. from time to time. Yeah, man, that's sick. Hopefully they get the three games. That'd be awesome. All at 62.
Yes, sir. All right. Now we had some big news, but it doesn't feel like it's big news, but it actually is pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's not really news because we kind of knew this was happening, but it has happened. It's finally here, and it's a big deal, but a lot of people won't really think of it as a big deal.
Okay.
And that is Fortnite being available now on the Xbox PC store with the Game Pass deal and the Fortnite Crew subscription, all of that now being implemented. That also means you are now able to play Fortnite on the Xbox PC store. And this is the first PC store outside of Epic Game Store that Fortnite is available on, which is why it's such a big deal. Because Fortnite is not on Steam, it's not on GOG, it's not on whatever other storefronts there are. It is literally only available on the Epic Game Store, and people who want to play Fortnite, they go to the Epic Game Store. That is the only place that they go to play Fortnite.
That is true, yeah.
So, this Xbox having the only other storefront on PC that you can play Fortnite is actually a pretty fucking big deal. Like, it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, no, it is.
Especially to people who don't play Fortnite. It's like, oh, it's just like, yeah, Fortnite is there. What's so big about that? But it shows that this partnership with Epic, that Xbox got going on as far as Fortnite is actually, they seem to have a lot of trust in Xbox if they're going this far with it. Because it's not like
Xbox is using Unreal Engine on literally like 95% of their games. So
yeah, but it's not like they had to put Fortnite in Game Pass to be able to give the Fortnite Crew subscription.
No, this is good. I'm probably gonna literally uninstall it on the
I actually did that.
Epic Games launcher and then install it on the Xbox app. I'll probably do that.
I literally did that. So yeah, it's not anything industry shaking or anything like that, but it is a pretty big deal because they've been pretty adamant about just leaving Fortnite on the Epic Game Store. They could always go to Steam, and they know it would hit on Steam for sure.
There's an even bigger Epic announcement. Do you have that in the notes?
I don't have any other ones. So.
Unity and Epic Games.
Oh yeah, I did see that, but I didn't research it enough to.
Yeah, we should try to talk about it. Hold on, There's a video. Here, you want me to link it to you?
Yeah, link it. I did see that.
I'll post it in the podcast notes.
All right. So let's see what's going on.
Because I feel like this is probably huge.
Let me just hold on. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna put the desktop audio on and we can listen together. We can watch and listen together. How about that?
Now, the industry response to our open cross-platform commerce solution has been really gratifying, and it sparked some extraordinary conversations. None of them were exciting than the one I had over Twitter with Tim Sweeney. But rather than tell you what we talked about, how about we just bring out Tim to tell us more? Please welcome our newest partner, the founder and CEO of Epic Games, Tim Sweeney.
Yeah, you probably didn't expect to see me here.
Tim Sweeney's
So,
such a nerd.
Yeah.
So you
Even
know, at
talks like
Epic
a
we
nerd
make
too.
a we make
That's
this
why the
other
early
engine
names
that
on the
begins with
web.
a U. But we also make the Epic Games Store, which hosts a huge number of awesome Unity games, and we make Epic Online services in Fortnite. You know, recently we got together with Unity and we
Okay.
realized that we all share a common view of the need to
Purchase
support fair and
SDK
open
to all
digital
Unreal Engine
platforms.
developers.
And one of the big challenges for developers now is the fragmentation of tools and publishing pathways. And just like the early days of the web, we believe that companies need to
So it's just
work
commerce.
together to build open and interoperable systems, and we're doing this now. So today we're announcing that Unity is going to bring their new in-app purchase SDK to all Unreal Engine developers.
Please clap.
So this means that Unreal Engine devs like Unity developers will be able to choose Unity's in-app purchase APIs to handle cross-platform purchases, entitlements, pricing logic,
So
and
maybe-
everything else.
Maybe
To
they
integrate
will
the
put
API
this on
once into their
Linux.
app and then have it work everywhere across all platforms and payment services. And this is really valuable now. You know, mobile platforms are finally opening up to competing stores and competing payment methods. I've heard me opining on this in the past, but it's happening now, and we're grateful for Unity to supporting it. And the ultimate goal is for developers to be able to build games and then deploy them anywhere they want. In mobile app stores, PC
100
stores,
million
on
monthly
console,
active
and in
users?
games that support developer-made content like Fortnite and other things, which are a big and growing part of gaming. So today we're announcing a really neat collaboration between Unity and Epic that will bring games made with Unity into the Fortnite ecosystem. So So Fortnite is a huge game that hit 100 million monthly active users last holiday. And though it began as a little battle royale game that we built, over time it's evolved into an ecosystem.
It didn't start as a
40%
battle
of
royale
playtime
game.
Is going to third-party content
Yeah,
built
it
by
started as Save the
independent
World,
developers
whatever the fuck
like
that was.
yourselves.
Survival
And they're
game, I
earning
guess.
hundreds of millions of dollars a year from participating in Fortnite. And now it's going to open up to all Unity games thanks to some really amazing network technology that Unity built that connects other engines into Unity through a networking protocol to make this work. So starting next year, Unity developers will be able to publish games directly into Fortnite.
Nice. That was pretty
configure
interesting,
Fortnite's,
actually.
Discovery system alongside games
Still
built with
watching.
Unreal Engine, and to
my
participate in the
bad.
Fortnite economy as it evolves towards an open metaverse economy connecting all users and all engines. So we're really excited about this, and we're grateful for the partnership with Unity and to be able to work together to build an open and fair future for all gamers. Thank you very much, and thanks, Jet.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay. Not as impactful on the user end as I thought it was gonna be. But it's something.
So it's pretty much like Unity games will be like compatible inside Fortnite or something like that. Or
Well,
like they'll be able to translate Unity games into Fortnite games and sell them on their own, maybe.
yeah. So that's probably the most impactful thing. Being able to do Unity kind of games inside of Fortnite. Or is that what I got from that? Let me make sure. Let me read. Let me listen one more time.
Let's see. Okay, so Tim Sweeney just announced that Unity's Unite 2025 show in Barcelona. Unity has built an amazing new network protocol enabling Unity games to come into Fortnite next year.
Yeah, okay.
This will enable an incredible variety of games to reach a new audience in new ways. That's from Tim Sweeney himself.
So that's probably the one that has the most to do with the actual users. The whole open economy, like e-commerce system, who cares?
Yeah.
That's only gonna affect developers in that sense. Like, hey, one API and you can have a cross-platform payment system, in-app purchase system where you don't have to worry about going through the Xbox store and then the PlayStation store and then the eShop store. It's just gonna be one-stop shop for everything in-app purchases. Like that has nothing to do with me. I don't care which store I actually get the fucking in-app purchases from.
No, but that enables Unity developers to make shit in Fortnite now, though, which is pretty big.
Yeah, that'll definitely bring more unique games to the Fortnite ecosystem, because I'll be going through those Fortnite games and they're not that good.
Pretty booty cheeks.
Yeah. But if we get some like actual non-Fortnite looking games show up in that like Fortnite kind of ecosystem of games, okay, cool. We'll see how that plays out, but it sounds interesting for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let me get this back. But yeah, we're seeing partnerships from the starchiest of enemies, if you can even call them enemies, but definitely competitors. It's a weird generation, bro.
Yeah, man, this is crazy. Maybe this will make it make developers more inclined to maybe jump in on Unity too.
Yeah, Unity definitely needed help after all the dumbass announcements that they made the last year. So, and then they kind of redacted a lot of that, backtracked. So they need some goodwill for sure.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, shout out to Unreal, shout out to Unity. Hopefully both can continue to coexist, and maybe Unity will actually get more developers so that every game isn't fucking Unreal Engine. All right, anything else you wanted to add to that?
No, sir.
I. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay. So this happened right after our show last week. I talked about it a lot on Project Untitled, but I didn't get to talk about this here. And that is the Horizon Zero Dawn, or not Horizon Zero Dawn, but Horizon multiplayer online game from NCSoft, which looks amazing. Like, it looks like something I would play over the actual Horizon games. But no PS5.
No PS5, yeah.
Which was a big discussion. So, what do you make of this? I think you were in the chat when we were talking about it, right?
No, I actually didn't get to watch.
Okay.
I was in LA. But did you mention anything about another potential project or not?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So yeah, man, I kind of am of like two minds of this. I really do think that if this game does well, they will bring it over to the PlayStation. They might even bring it over to like the Switch or something if it could run on it, or Xbox if it could run on that. But
I mean, if it could run on a Android,
well, yeah, of course. It's funny because in one of the trailers, the gameplay that they were showing actually was like lagging a little bit, but in the other one, it was like, this is like smooth. So it's like maybe one was captured on a phone and then the other one was like captured on like a PC or something. But so the MMO actually does look fun. They're like grapple hooking all over the place. Looks sick. The character designs actually look like non-Western character designs,
which is when I was looking at the grapple hook, because there's a grapple in Forbidden West, but it doesn't look as free flow. And no,
it's not, it's really not. But I did download Forbidden West, and I was like gliding through it, and I was like, I was actually having fun like jumping off the shit and gliding off and stuff. But it was pretty fun. But yeah, no, it looked a lot more fast paced too.
A lot of Monster
Which
Hunter
was
vibes.
nice. Yeah, definitely more melee combat was showcased.
Which is probably why. That's what it is. I was like, why does this look so good? And then like you literally just reminded me the thing that always pisses me off about Horizon is that it's so bow and arrow focused instead of melee, which I hate.
Well, the second one does change that. You do have more. You do have combos you can do.
Okay, I know that
You
first game is
you
terrible
can
when
do.
it comes to
Yeah.
the melee, but I've seen the melee in Forbidden West, and it was definitely an improvement, but it still seems like the focus isn't on meleeing your enemies.
I would say in Forbidden West, like a lot of the smaller enemies and humans, you can just get away with doing the melee combat. Because there is combos and finishers you can do and stuff. So for the smaller enemies, it definitely works. But once you do come across like a bigger enemy, yeah, like you're not really gonna be meleeing it unless you like stagger it and take it down. Yeah, it was way more melee focused for sure. And the grapple hook definitely looked like it like propelled you and launched you off instead of just propelling you and you like grab onto a ledge and like pull yourself up.
Yeah.
But yeah, man,
who made the first Descendant? Is that also NCSoft?
I think the first Descendant
that's
is
Nexon.
Published by I was about to say Nexon.
Okay, because the grapple hook in this reminds me a lot of First Descendant, where it's like very free flow and you can just do it in combat all willy-nilly. But yeah, I was wondering if they had anything to do with that.
Shit, I actually don't. They don't, right?
Yeah, no.
NCSoft isn't owned by Nexon, right? I think Nexon has partial ownership in Embark, though, if I recall. But yeah, the MMO looks fun. I am actually gonna try it out. I am super curious about it. The other mobile game, the Ratchet and Clank game, also actually looked fun to me.
Yes.
I would love to try that out too. It looked, man. So that's my first thinking is like, yes, they are gonna bring this Horizon game to console eventually. The second thing that I was thinking is that maybe they aren't going to bring it to console, but they will have a multiplayer Horizon game out for the console user base. It'll be like probably like console and PC. And that'll be like a more co-op centric one as well. Maybe like co-op and PvP elements as well. Because I do know Guerrilla is like that's their next game. Like is whatever that Horizon multiplayer game is. So it's not Horizon 3, like that's not their next game. That will probably be after the multiplayer game that comes out. But yeah, so that's what I think. Either way, I think the game's gonna be big. Honestly, I was looking at NCSoft's other games. They seem like they know.
Yeah, they know what
they're doing
when it comes to like, MMOs and shit.
Exactly.
Ever since I played City of Heroes back in the day, like NCSoft has been my guys since then.
That's funny.
But Throne and Liberty, that's also a game I played recently and I loved it. And then they also have that Cinder City, which they showed off at Summer Game Fest, and that was like one of my favorite announcements from there too.
Yeah, man. They look like they know what they're doing, which is cool. Yeah, that's really it. I'm excited to see when they launch. It seems like this MMO is launching relatively soon-ish, like maybe in the spring, and then maybe spring summertime, and then maybe like during one of their next like big state of plays, they'll announce like the Horizon multiplayer game is what I'm expecting, and that'll be like maybe like a fall winter type thing.
Yeah. So as far as like it not being on PS5. I was messing with everybody, like I was just doing the console war thing on Project Untitled. It was funny. I was like, bro, you just gonna not put your game on PS5? I expect this from Xbox, but not from you guys. Like, but then at the end, I talked about like I was like, all right, I was just joking, but the reality of the situation is like of why it's not on PS5 is actually like once you realize, because you see the PC, you see the Android, iOS, but have you noticed that every time they say PC, you see purple in the platforms? You see like PC and then in parentheses is purple. Do you know what purple is?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So like once you know what purple is, it becomes very relevant.
Purple.
Like it becomes very relevant and becomes obvious why there is no PS5 version of this game. Purple is Nexon's mobile emulator for PC.
Mm.
So what that means is that there is no native PC version. You are literally emulating the Android version of the game onto your PC. So, just like the Ratchet and Clank game, which is literally just a mobile game designed for mobile.
Yeah.
This is technically a mobile game designed for mobile that you can play on your PC through emulation. They did not make a native PC version, which is why you don't see a PS5 version, because they didn't even bother to make a native PC version. And purple is not gonna, like, you can't really put purple on a PS5 and emulate that way. Or I'm pretty sure PlayStation doesn't want something like that on their storefront.
Yeah, it would be native. It would have to be native.
Yeah.
It has to be native.
So no, they did not like go out of their way and make a PC version of this game and then just say, yeah, we're just not gonna port this to the PS5 because it wouldn't be worth it. No, this is a mobile game through and through.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense, because every time they show it, they have like the mobile button prompts on it. So yeah. Okay.
So yeah, this game looks amazing for a mobile game. Like, it looks really fucking good for a mobile game. And that's why a lot of people just think that, oh yeah, this is the PC native version of the game. But there is no PC native version, which is why there is no PS5 native version as well. Now, will we get native versions? Maybe. If the game is successful, we might get some native versions later, but no, this is a mobile game.
Yeah.
And it got people, that's how much mobile has just evolved over the years.
Facts.
Where we see this game and we're like, oh yeah, this is some hardcore PC shit right here. This got to be 4K 120 frames per second we seeing on the screen right now, running on a 5080 at least.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. The chips that they put on the new iPhones are powerful. Like, they're hella powerful. Like, I can play Resident Evil 4 and shit on this phone. Like, you know. Yeah. So it's like console games. It's already here. The future that we thought of is now. Honestly.
So yeah, but I also agree that another thing is that they probably don't want overlap with this game and the Guerrilla first party multiplayer game, or in-house, not first party, but the Guerrilla in-house multiplayer game that they're making, because we know that what's his face, well, I'm forgetting the Gorilla Head's name /
Herman Holst.
Yeah, we know that Herman Holst is in charge of this game, so knowing how
no, he's not. He's in charge of the first party studios now, so he's not directly in charge of the Gorilla anymore.
Well, you know, the game has to still pass through him, and he's gonna be like, yeah, bro, this got to be the next Avatar or some shit. And then, you know, we know if he approves it, it must be bad. So we can't trust Herman Holst's eye on multiplayer, but this NCSoft game had nothing to do with Herman Holst. So, you know, we know that's going to be fire. The next one is 50-50. So he don't want no competition when it comes to that. And that's why it's not coming to PS5. But yeah, that's really all I have to say on that topic. Anything you wanted to add?
No, other than the smart path to make mobile games is making mobile games that are made for mobile. So it's like, that's what these games strike me as. It's like these games look like they're made for mobile. So that's smart.
Yeah, most console game ports or PC game ports that go to mobile do not do that well, unless you're a Minecraft, unless you're Stardew Valley. Those games kind of work, but like we saw when Resident Evil 4 remake and Death Stranding and Resident Evil Village went over to iOS, and then they literally all like combined those games did less than 10,000 sales over there. Like no one on mobile is paying $20 even. Like $20 is a steal for those games over on PC and everything, but nobody's paying $20 for that shit on iOS. It's just not happening, bro.
Yeah.
Either your game is free or $5 and under, or it might as well not exist on that store. So y'all need to stop trying to port y'all big games over there. It's not gonna work. It's not happening. They don't care. They don't care if it's a Game of the Year contender on console. That shit is gonna flop over there.
Yeah, for real.
So yeah. But with that, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. All right, let's get into some of the big stuff, because a lot of interesting things happening over at Ubisoft.
Interesting is a great way to put it.
So we were supposed to get an earnings call, investment, or like the shareholders report. Everything was supposed to go down as usual with Ubisoft. But on November 13th, they postponed their earnings call and halted trading of their stocks. Just out of nowhere. What the hell's going on, Ubisoft? You're pushing back the date for the earnings report until Monday. We finally got confirmation that Monday is when we'll have news. Or was it Monday? Let me make sure. No. Friday, the 21st. That's when. So Friday is when we're gonna get some news on what the hell is going on. But once it's pretty obvious that something big has happened that is gonna affect their shares and what's going on. So usually this is like just like how ABK just stopped selling their shares right before we get the announcement of Xbox ABK. Yeah, it's looking like somebody has made an offer to purchase Ubisoft, and if it's not an offer, they're already purchased. Like, but some acquisition of some form is most likely happening with Ubisoft right now. Ubisoft as we know it may not exist anymore. So what are your thoughts on this? What's going on over here?
Bro, honestly, I have no idea what's going on at Ubisoft. Like everyone there is like so radio silent now. I've noticed.
Yeah. Somebody came to them with a number that they could not refuse for this to just happen so suddenly. And it's so weird because we just had the whole Vantage Studio thing, and we were like, oh yeah, this is as close to an acquisition as Ubisoft is willing to go. They have this thing with Tencent where they have their biggest franchises in a separate entity that's partnered with Tencent, and but the regular Ubisoft is still there. They still exist. They're still doing their own thing. They'll still put out the Raymans, the Prince of Persia's, like whatever else that they got cooking. They'll help Nintendo with the Mario plus Rabbids. Like they'll still do things like that on this side. But this is that studio or that entity that they branched off is completely separate to what's going on right now with the actual Ubisoft stopping its share trading, which is like, okay, we thought that this was over with the whole Tencent thing, but now it seems no, it's not over. So it makes you think, who pulled up? Like, did Tencent just say, you know what, we got your biggest franchises and this partnership is cool, but actually we do want to just own you outright.
Yeah.
We just want to own everything that you are. Can we just give you 50 billion and just call it a day? Or is it someone completely separate? Is it Saudi Arabia knocking at the door and saying, hey, look, we don't need Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Rainbow Six, and The Division? Was that the 4? I can't remember what the other one was.
I think, or like Tom Clancy or
yeah,
something.
Tom Clancy, and everything Tom Clancy. We don't need that. We just want what you have left. The Raymans, the Prince of Persia. We want all that. And we're willing to buy the rest of you. So, or, you know, everyone always wants to throw Xbox into the mix, although I don't think Xbox.
Nah, I don't think they have anything to do with this.
I don't think Xbox wants anything to do with this after everything that just went down with ABK. And I'm pretty sure if Phil went to Satya and was like, hey, so you know Ubisoft is up, hell no, get the fuck out of here. You still haven't paid me back for the last one, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think Xbox is in this, but Saudi and Tencent are definitely the two biggest names that I could think of, at least. But what's your take on this? Do you think it's a purchase, or do you think
like they're calling it quits?
I mean, I think it would be,
that'd be crazy.
like, yeah, we're just gonna roll with this Vantage Studio shit, and we're just gonna sell our IP to everybody else, whoever wants it, the rest of our IP, which I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, I think someone definitely bought them, and I would say it's probably Tencent.
They're just going for the whole package.
Probably.
They wifing her up. They was like, you know, these 2 weeks that we were dating has been so nice, and you know, I just got to put a ring on it. 2 weeks was enough for me to know. Y'all haven't even dropped a game under the new entity that we created together, but you know, I trust you, and I'm gonna put this ring on it, and we just gonna hold the wedding on Friday. You know, that's the only thing that's like kind of weird about, if it's Tencent, it's like, okay, what, like, why did this partnership happen in the first place? That's what I don't understand. Like, this whole Vantage Studios break off thing that happened, it doesn't make sense to me for them to do all of that and then Tencent come around without even seeing any results from the Vantage Studios thing and just say, you know what, we just gonna buy the whole thing. That's the only reason I feel like maybe it's somebody else. Maybe Tencent wanted Ubisoft, but then they were like, but we don't want any of that nasty shit that y'all got going on in the back. We just want y'all top shelf IP and that's it. And then y'all can do whatever y'all want with the rest of that. And then Tencent gave them a good amount for those IP, and now someone else like Saudi Arabia was like, yeah, we'll take the scraps, we don't care, you know, sloppy seconds still feel the same to me.
Yeah.
So we gonna see on Friday, but I'm kind of leaning Saudi Arabia for
Yeah, Saudi.
yeah. I feel like those are literally the only two.
I think those would be the only two in my mind, but
unless Embracer just says, you know what, we back on Embracer Group, we buying shit again, which I would laugh my ass off if Embracer just came out of nowhere and was like, yeah, we're the ones buying Ubisoft. That Space Marines 2 check hit, we up.
yeah.
Actually, is Embark? No, not Embark. What else? They had something recently too that hit after Space Marines 2, but I can't remember. But yeah, it's a crazy time, bro. Ubisoft, no matter what happens, I'm pretty sure Ubisoft as we know it is gonna be changed forever. Hopefully for the better, but you never know. Are you optimistic about what's going to happen, or
I don't even know if there is any optimism left, man, in this. Like, okay, so I'll say Tencent obviously. Okay, so if it is Saudi that's coming in and gobbling them up, then I don't know if it's like an immediate thing. Like, I don't know if it can be, you know, but I don't even know if it's an immediate thing. If either or does it, it probably still has to go through like the litigation thing and all that.
for sure?
But I don't know. It just sucks because Ubisoft has this game series that's so like focused on like history, you know, and obviously it's not historically like completely accurate, but it's like you would want the stories that they would tell to be like you would want them to be able to tell whatever stories they want to tell, you know. And I don't know if being tied to Tencent or Saudi lets you do that. Like, I just don't know. So am I optimistic?
We just
we
want to tell the story of Tiananmen Square. Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, no, you're not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing that like, you can do all American stories, I guess. Like, I'm sure that they'll be like, yeah, y'all can tell whatever the fuck, all that shit. I don't know. All I know is I'm sure that they are hindered in a way because they work for them. But will it stop them from making games? No, they'll still make games. This might, if anything, this might help them in their pipeline and all that. But we'll see. I know you've seen the Sands of Time stuff though, right? Was that next?
No, I did not see anything about Sands of Time actually.
Yeah, they're I think, unless I was getting trolled, I think they're announcing a release date for it soon.
I did not see anything of that nature.
Yeah, Prince of Persia Sands of Time coming early 2026. The game trailer and other details are expected to be unveiled at the Game Awards on December 11th.
Ooh, I did not see
Here,
that.
I'll send you the...
Yeah, I'm literally looking at it. I got it.
Okay, for sure.
Hell fucking yeah. About fucking time. This better be the best looking remake ever made after y'all made me wait just because that shit looked like a 360 game. I ain't give a fuck. I just wanted to play the damn game.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, Assassin's Creed Shadows was really good, and it was fun, and it looked great, and it's about to launch on Switch too as well. So it looks like they're still doing it. They're still making the game. So I guess that's all that matters for now.
Yep. As long as Rayman exists still in
For
this
real.
timeline,
Please,
and the
please do
Splinter Cell
not.
remake still comes out, and that Rainbow Six Tactics comes out, like that's all I care about. As long as those things are still in the play, and whatever, I hope their relationship with Nintendo still continues, and they put out something for the Switch 2, preferably Star Fox. But you know, I just want Ubisoft to be Ubisoft by the end. That's all I can ask for. In a perfect world, we'd get a better Ubisoft somehow out of this. But knowing how these things tend to go, it's usually either they stay somewhat the same or they degrade in some way. But I bet under Tencent they'll make some fire live service games. Like they won't put out any X Defiance because Tencent knows how to make them live service, or maybe not make, but they know how to get them out. But yeah, time will tell what happens with Ubisoft, but it's not too far before we hear some news, so tune in to tomorrow for y'all listening. I just want to show this real quick, bro, because I'm pissed at y'all.
Okay.
Because this was the Sands of Time remake. This is what it looked like in 2020 when they first showed it off. And yes, does it look amazing? No, not at all. But it have y'all seen what the original looks like? Because it don't look that much better. Like it don't look better at all. I just wanted to be able to play Prince of Persia: Sands of Time with better camera work and like modern sensibilities. I didn't care if the graphics was modern or not.
Bro, people are saying that Ubisoft actually cooked with the Mirage DLC.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing some good things about that. But yeah, I'm gonna link this in the podcast notes so you can see what I'm talking about. But like, it does not look next gen. It definitely looks very early Xbox One energy. But y'all, we could have had the game in 2020, and now look where we're about to have it 6 years later because y'all was complaining about some damn graphics, and Ubisoft took it to heart. So like I said, if this shit don't look on some Dead Space remake, Resident Evil 2 remake, like if it's not on that level, and we did all this long ass wait for nothing, like I'm not blaming Ubisoft, I'm blaming y'all. So yeah, that's my rant. But with that, let's go ahead, move on to a smaller topic. All right, let's talk about Strauss Zelnick, the head of Take-Two, because he had some comments that had a lot of people talking, which he really didn't say much, but he said what a lot of people have been thinking for a while now. And this is what he had to say. He said, I think, so basically Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick says consoles are not going away, but gaming is moving towards PCs. Quote, I think it's moving towards PC and business is moving towards open rather than closed. So basically, essentially what Xbox has been doing for the last few years. Open environments, no more closed ecosystems. PC is taking off more than ever. Consoles are stagnated. We haven't got to the point where they're dwindling, I don't think, but they're definitely not growing as much as the PC gaming is.
Yeah.
But do you agree with Strauss Zelnick's takes?
I will say, yeah, I mean, yeah, it is for sure. It's definitely moving towards PC. I mean, he's not lying. If you think about yeah, there's still a ton of console users for GTA, but even that's like it's really the PC user base and like the role playing stuff, the RP stuff is what's like keeping it around, you know, like heavy. But
I actually think GTA Online is keeping the GTA 5 sales going
you think so?
because
Just the base game itself?
yeah, just the GTA Online because the
Hmm.
games are still selling because of a dumb like hack or not a hack, but it's just a weird business thing that Rockstar has where the cheapest way to get shark cards is to buy GTA 5 with the bundle when it's on sale. Like
Hmm.
the shark card bundles with GTA 5 rather than just buy the shark cards by itself. Because the shark cards
Hmm.
don't go on sale themselves, but the bundles with the shark cards do. And then people just buy GTA 5 like 10 times. And you don't need shark
Yeah.
cards for RP, which is why it has to be the people online, like on the regular GTA Online, who keep on buying these fucking shark card bundles and making the sales go up. And then you see why GTA 5 just sold another 150,000 even though it's fucking 14 years old. Yeah, that's why. It's not because there's 150,000 new players. So yeah,
Hmm.
I think
Okay.
sales wise is definitely the reason that GTA 5 is afloat is because of the GTA Online. People keep on buying the damn game for that bundle. But as far as like the community, like community driven shit, definitely RP is a big part of that. Although I don't think the RP community is as big as
Hmm.
I think like viewing, like Twitch. Yes, the most watched content is RP, but I think playing, I don't think the RP community out uh like it's not outdoing the GTA Online community.
Hmm. Okay. That's I understand. That makes sense actually, because I even know some people that just play it for like collecting real estate or some shit. Like, because I think there is something like that. Like you can like buy and rent and sell
Yes.
shit, like real estate and shit. Like, I don't know, bro. I can't ever get into it, but you know, my brain thinks of like single player shit or like campaign shit or like fucking Mario Kart or something. You know, like. But yeah, I mean, I do agree with Strauss though. He's not wrong. I mean, even Xbox's business is literally all moving towards PC. Like their next thing is gonna be a PC, and like their cloud servers are probably all gonna run on PC parts and stuff. So it's like, yeah, for them too. I mean, Sony's making all the stuff for PC, like the monitors. Well, I mean, the monitors you can use for fucking anything. You can use that PlayStation monitor for a Switch if you want to, but yeah. So it's moving to PC for sure, and open rather than closed, as we discussed earlier with the Unity and Epic thing too.
Yep. Yep. And I also agree in that sense. Now, I also agree that yeah, it's not consoles are not going to go away. There will always be an audience who does not want the hassle. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we actually had the argument on here, is the Steam machine and the next Xbox a console or is it a PC?
No,
Uh,
we didn't talk about that.
but my argument on Project Untitled is that as long as you stay within that Steam OS ecosystem, you are playing on a console. You are not playing on a PC.
Yeah.
Because what is a console? It's it's hardware. It's PC. The only thing that's stopping you from that console from being a PC is you exiting the OS and going into an open OS.
Mhm.
So
But the benefits to it though are like consoles only need to use 2 GB of RAM for the OS versus like a PC might need like fucking like 15 gigabytes
Yes.
of of RAM. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's where the console will always be important. You know.
Yeah.
Like having like a targeted like spec like I've been saying, the Steam Deck, like even though obviously it's a PC handheld, it's very console, you know, it's very targeted. Like the games like have a defined spec to like target for the machine. So in that sense it's very console like. And like the way that Valve is marketing the Steam machine, it's like they're marketing it like, oh, this is plug and play like a console, right? Like that's kind of how they're marketing it, you know. And like
I would say they're
and
actually
I know
marketing it as a PC more than they're marketing it as a closed environment thing.
but like with the like I watched like Linus's video and stuff like that, like they have like that very like console like mindset with their design for it.
Yeah.
Like even with the 8 GB of RAM thing, like they're like, oh yeah, like the games, like if they're optimized for it, like they don't need more than that, you know. Like, or if you're running low settings or whatever, like they're not going to need more. But it is very excuse me, it's very console like. And the fact that it's coming from semi-custom as well, that's very console traditional too. But yeah, man, I think it is obviously a PC, just like the Steam Deck is obviously a PC, but I just feel like it's they want it to have that console like experience on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it can be both, I guess.
Yes. Like I said on the podcast, 4K no los dos. Just like I feel like it's stupid to argue if the Switch is a handheld or a home console. Like
It's both.
It's both. It's a hybrid.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Literally what it is. It's a hybrid. The same thing with the
Yeah.
next Xbox and the Steam machine. It's both.
It's a hybridized PC
Yes.
console.
if you want it to be a console, that can be as console as you want it to be. If you want it to be your PC machine with Windows and everything, yeah, you can do that too. It is whatever you want it to be. Just like the Switch, if you leave it in that dock and never take it out, that's a home console. Nothing
Facts.
portable about it. But you can also just throw away your dock and it's just a handheld at that point. So yeah, just let it be both. Why argue when it has
The choice? It's the choice, you know.
That's
Like
literally
that's on
what
the
it is.
consumer. Yeah, man. I think that's great. I think it's great, man. I think it's great. That's why I was so interested on, like, I could have reported on the PS6, you know, the Canis and the Orion or whatever. But like that's not interesting. They're literally doing consoles again. So it's like this is a little more interesting. Well, like obviously that's probably gonna pan out better and they're gonna sell more because they'll probably be cheaper to make. But like the hybrid thing is just a more interesting play, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, if I cut all my cell service, removed every single app from my phone, and the only thing on it was YouTube Music, it'd be an MP3 player.
Pretty much, yeah.
And that's literally how I feel about consoles. Like consoles are PCs that just don't have an OS opened up for it. Like the hardware is still it's the same hardware that you would find on a PC, just a little bit more semi-custom versus being like parts. I mean, I guess it would be closer to a laptop in that sense, because laptops also have that kind of unified system instead of being a bunch of stuff thrown in together.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's really all I had to say on it. Yes, I do think we are definitely moving towards PCs, but consoles are also not going away anytime soon, at least.
No.
I'm not on the Chuck wave where consoles are gonna die and PCs will be the only thing. That's not gonna happen, especially when we have Xbox and Steam themselves trying to keep consoles alive in their own way while also giving you those same PC like options. So
Yeah.
consoles will
And then you
live,
have
and
and then
Nintendo.
you have all the and then you have all the millions of people that like will be looking for an upgrade for their console, like the 80 some million people that are on PS5 now in like 10 years or in like maybe like 6 or 7 years they're going to be like I want the new shit. Like this isn't cutting it anymore and I want the new thing like and same thing with the Switch, right? Like 84% of Switch 2 users are like Switch 1 users, right?
Yep.
So it's like there's always going to be a customer base that like will want better shit. So it's like it's good that they're also providing that.
All right, all right. Let's move on to our second to last topic. Cause did with the whole PCs sorry. With the whole PC console hybrid Steam machine thing that's going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox kind of made some moves of their own when the Steam machine was being announced because we saw Steam beat them to the punch when it comes to this revolutionary kind of thing because we've been hearing the rumors about Xbox doing this for so long now, and Steam is kind of doing the same plays without the kind of console base that they like. Xbox already has that console base that they can kind of bring over, while the Steam machine is it's going to be hard to bring console players and have them lose their entire libraries of games that they have been building since either the PS4 with a little bit of PS3, Vita and stuff like that, and Xbox with the original Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and now Series X, leaving that entire library behind. But Xbox did I felt like they were kind of throwing some shots in a sense, just to be like, hey, it's cool what they doing. Congratulations to Steam. Congratulations to Gabe. You know what I mean? Phil Spencer was like, man, this is awesome what y'all are doing over here. But then in the same day, which I forgot to talk about last time, or like the next day, I think when this happened, they were like, hey, but like, Steam is cool and all. And we understand why indie games go to Steam first. Because it's very easy to just put a game on Steam. Like all of the steps and the regulations and the rules, guidelines, all of that is open for anybody to see. So if you want to publish a game on Steam, you know exactly what you need to do. You don't have to contact Gabe himself and be like, hey, Gabe, what do I need to do to put my game on Steam? Whereas on Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation, you have to go under NDA and you have to literally go under NDA, and then they have all of these rules and everything that you have to go through to get that game up on the store. And that is why you see a lot of developers like, oh yeah, our game was going to come through, but then we had to go through some bullshit with Xbox's I'm forgetting what it's called. Like there's a little kind of checklist that they have to go through, or like the check system.
Yeah, like the
certification process. That's what it is. So all of that bullshit that consoles have to deal with, Steam does not have as strict as far as guidelines go, and we see kind of that with the type of games that release on Steam. Shout out to Sex with Hitler. A1 game. But
It's hilarious.
Microsoft has made a significant move, and it's crazy that this was not as big because of all the Steam Machine talk that was going on. A lot of people just did not see this, and that is that they made a significant move by dropping the NDA and publishing the Xbox Game Publishing Guide publicly for everyone, just like Steam. So now, if you want to put a game on Xbox console or Xbox PC, you don't need to go through an NDA. You don't have to be sworn to secrecy in order to like find out. Even like you have to go through an NDA just to find out how to put the game on the fucking Xbox. They're like, nah, we're just gonna open that shit up. Everybody can see it. You just download this. Here's the guide. Here's everything you need to know, and just come to us when your game is ready, and we'll put that shit up. So they have simplified this in a very non-console way for people who like, because we see Xbox has been doing very good when it comes to indies, especially with Game Pass and ID at Xbox. But they're just still lacking when it, like, no one's with the indies like Steam is, because of how open and easy it is to publish games on there.
Yeah.
But now Xbox has taken down one of the biggest barriers for that. And but I also feel like this was a move kind of targeted to the Steam Machine, the Steam Machine announcement, just because of the timing. Is like, yeah, like they got that going over there, but we got that shit too, you know. We're opening up. We just look at us, indies. But the thing that also happened in the same instance that made me feel like this was a little bit more targeted was the one thing that you can say when it comes to PC gaming, and also another thing that is going to hinder the Steam, like Steam Machine, Steam Deck, Steam Frame, they all have the same issue.
Mm-hmm.
And that is easy anti-cheat. All the anti-cheat softwares do not work on Linux and Steam OS. And because of that, games like Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, Call of Duty, Battlefield, possibly. I actually don't know if that's on there or not. These games do not work on these systems without literally downloading Windows and then defeating the purpose of the Steam OS in the first place. But Xbox put out a tweet also just saying, hey guys, just a reminder, at the heart of every great game is a simple promise. Everyone deserves an equal shot at victory. Cheating breaks that promise. Here's how we're committed to protecting fair play and ensuring everyone can enjoy a level playing field. So they kind of go over like their secure boot, TPM, all of that stuff that they have with Windows in place. And like, you know, Call of Duty is gonna be the Call of Duty that is the first to use TPM and secure boot to stop cheaters. But also they talk about Valorant, which is also a game that isn't going to be on the Steam Machine. And they're like, hey, you know, over there on Steam, cheaters everywhere. But over on this side on Windows, we got some shit for them cheaters. And you'll still be able to play those games on the next Xbox because that easy anti-cheat, all of that stuff works. You can play Battlefield 6 on the Xbox Ally X. Can't play it on the Steam Deck. And I feel like just the timing around both of these tweets, it was like, man, That is very specific for them to just make these two tweets just like after the Steam Machine announcement. Now, the cheating one could be because Call of Duty was literally about to come out the next day, so I guess that could be related to that. But it did kind of make me think like, oh yeah, like when it comes to that anti-cheat system, that is going to be a big deal when it comes to the Steam Machine, because the most popular games are obviously multiplayer games, and for like none of them work on Steam OS natively. You have to download Windows to be able to play Destiny 2, Call of Duty, Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, like literally the biggest games outside of Destiny 2. I don't even know why I named that one. But do you think there's going to be a struggle for that?
Like the anti-cheat stuff?
Yeah, like the
Like to get it on Linux?
Uh,
Or just in general?
like, do you think the fact that the Steam Machine won't be able to play those games, at least as far as we know, there could be something in the works to get that worked out?
Yeah, like make another emulation layer. Bro, Valve is great at doing those emulation layers because they're doing that for the frame thing too.
Yeah,
They have a completely separate emulation layer for that to like translate like stuff like that to
the frame
VR.
streaming.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. They I mean, if there's anyone that could do it, is them. They can probably make like an emulation layer to do some anti-cheat shit, but I feel like it's very hardware dependent now, right?
Yes. Or is it?
Uh,
It's not really hard. I wouldn't think it's hardware. It's just because once you download the Windows, it just works.
You have to like enable some like your hardware.
But yeah,
has
the
to have
BIOS.
something that-
Yeah, the BIOS. You got to go into your BIOS for the TPM and secure boot and all that.
Yeah. But I will say it does create a barrier for someone that wants to get into the Steam like ecosystem. Like obviously not like Steam on Windows or something, but
Yeah.
like buying a Steam Deck or like a Steam machine, because it's like yeah, not everything's like tons of things are gonna work on it for sure, but not everything's gonna work on it, you know?
Yeah, because it's like for the user who's like, you know, I'm not even gonna like fuck the PS6, fuck the next Xbox. I'm going Steam, and they're coming from the PS5, and we know the only games that they
Yeah.
play on PS5 is Call of Duty, 2K, and Madden. And then they go on there and they're like, wait, why the fuck can't I play Call of Duty? What do you mean I can't play Call of Duty on this Steam machine, even though I just bought it on Steam? Because that's the craziest part, that you can buy it on Steam and still not be able to play it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think for the person who's just gonna use it as their companion TV device to their PC, like most people are still gonna play their PC as the competitive online system with their 480 hertz monitor and all of that shit. But when they want to play Dragon Quest on the big screen and just like get that more immersive experience, then that's what the Steam Machine is going to be for. I feel like those users aren't going to really have a problem. It's the people who are going to be replacing their PC or replacing their consoles with this who are going to find out like, damn, I guess this is a single player / co-op only type of system. But yeah, like Windows just needs to get a fully gaming light version of Windows out that takes away all that bloat, and then have a dual boot type of system where you boot into the Windows gaming and you don't have to worry about all the bloat and bullshit. But then when you want to be productive and you want to do some cool Windows shit, then you have the option to just boot that, like fully boot into that, and then all the resource hog shit is gonna happen. But like when you're in that gaming OS. It can't be bloated. It can't be resource heavy. It has to be exactly like Steam OS, just light and like not taking up a bunch of resources. Once they figure that out, they'll have a winner on their hands easily, because it's still going to be Windows, and you'll still be able to do the TPM, the secure boot, all of that will still work, and all the anti-cheat shit will still work. All the games will still be compatible, but you just don't have all of that extra resources taking up your like bogging down your hardware. That's all they need to do. And I say that's all they need to do like it's actually easy. It's really not. But if they can just land that one thing, the Xbox PC will have an advantage easily when it comes to that. But yeah, that's all I had to say.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. We should be getting an announcement for the Xbox thing soon. Honestly, I think they'll do it. I think they'll do it in the next 6 months. Like, I really do.
Game Awards,
Maybe.
for 2.
That'd be crazy.
We get another console announcement at the Game Awards.
That'd be crazy.
But whenever it is, I'm excited regardless. All right. Now let's get to the big one. Let's talk about the Game Awards nominations. So first, I'm just gonna go over I'm just gonna go over the nominees for every category, and I guess we can just talk about each category as we go through. I'm just gonna skip esports, content creator of the year, all that bullshit.
Sure.
All right, let me just put this on the screen. There we go. Most anticipated game: 007 First Light, Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, and The Witcher 4. Any disagreements with this one? You feel like this is a good list?
I mean, after really looking through it last night, I don't really have any disagreements with any of it. It's all just for show. But for this one, wait, are you asking me which one I think is gonna win yet, or?
Oh, I mean, I guess we can do that too.
Or are we waiting for that, since it's still like a few weeks away?
Yeah, we can wait on that.
Okay.
But you feel like there's a solid list for this category?
Yeah. I feel like all of these games except for one is gonna come out next year, and I think The Witcher 4 isn't coming out next year. So, well, I mean, obviously Grand Theft Auto can get delayed again, of course, but I'm saying like Resident Evil's for sure coming out, 007's for sure coming out, Wolverine's for sure coming out. It's just GTA and I know Witcher 4 is definitely not coming out, but GTA slated for next year. But I think, yeah, it's okay. It's a cool games. It's all AAA stuff.
Man, we know damn well there's some bullshit, because you know the most anticipated game of 2026 is Tomodachi Life. Where the fuck is Tomodachi Life?
Or Duskbloods, maybe.
Nah, but Soros, you know, that's
Soros too.
Soros should be the most anticipated, but I know most people do not care about that, which is sad, because it's going to be the best first-party PlayStation game of next year by a mile. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I would actually replace these with, but like in a objective way. Like subjectively, obviously, I have a lot of games that I'd put over this. Like,
Yeah.
I would put Fable here over
Oh yeah,
Resident Evil.
Fable.
I would put uh even Gears E-Day. I would put up here over, especially The Witcher 4. You know me. But objectively, I feel like this is a list that I can get behind.
Yeah, it looks decent.
All right, next. Oh no, previous, not next. Okay, I said previous. Go back, motherfucker. Okay, this shit, stupid. All right. Oh my god. And now it wants to go. You know what? Fuck you. All right, this list pissed me off so much. Best video game adaptations. There is no fucking way in hell that they came up with these 5 adaptations and said, yeah, all 5 of these are better than Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Now, I feel like they just forgot that Sonic the Hedgehog 3 came out. That's literally the only thing that I can think of, because it came out in December after the Game Awards aired. And we know that the cutoff is like November 22nd or something like that. So
Yeah.
there's no way any of these adaptations are better than Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is one of the best video game movies of all time. One of the best video game adaptations of all time. And a Minecraft movie was fun, but it's a bad movie. Devil May Cry was terrible. The Last of Us Season 2 did not live up to the game. And Until Dawn is literally a piece of shit. The other fact that the fucking Twisted Metal Season 2 is not even up here. I hate everything about this list. This is terrible. I know you don't watch any of this shit.
I haven't watched any of this shit, honestly. So I have no say. I didn't even know they did a Splinter Cell thing unless we talked about it, but I hella forgot.
We never really talked about it, but I've heard good things about it from the people who did see it, but I haven't watched it yet.
It looks pretty cool, just based off of this graphic right here.
Yeah, but the Sonic 3 snub is fucking ridiculous. Like, it makes no fucking sense at all. Especially when 3 of these movies were just bad. Or 3 of these adaptations were just bad.
Yeah.
The Devil May Cry, the Minecraft movie was fun. But it was not a good movie. Until Dawn was just bad. Devil May Cry, if you've never played a Devil May Cry game, then it's probably alright. But that shit pissed me off. That was probably the one that pissed me off the most. Alright, best multiplayer game. Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring, Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction. Mario Kart, where are you? Hello. But I also would not. I don't want to get rid of Peak. I don't want to get rid of Split Fiction. And Arc Raiders Battlefield 6. I would say I would definitely replace Elden Ring for Mario Kart. But that's just me. Other than that, though, I feel like this list is fine. I also just feel like having a best multiplayer category in general is just like a cop out, because they know that multiplayer games have a fat chance of actually winning anything big for Game of the Year. So they have to relegate multiplayer games into, because you don't see a best single player category, because they know that every category is a best single player category. But we both kind of share the same feelings about how the industry treats multiplayer games.
Oh yeah.
But anything in this list off for you, or you feel like this is solid?
No, I'm hella happy Peak is on here for sure.
For sure. Peak definitely deserves that shit. And it better win. Although I know like Arc Raiders or Battlefield 6 has a better chance. Or maybe Split Fiction. I would be happy with 4 out of 5 of these winning. But I would be more happy if 2 out of 5 win. Best sports / racing game. We have FC 26, F1 25, Mario Kart World, Rematch, and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Honestly, I want to give it to Rematch just because, like, I want Rematch to win this. I can't think of anything else that would be in this list, so I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Best sim / strategy. We got Final Fantasy Tactics Remake, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Civilization 7, Tempest Rising, which I heard some good things about, but never got a chance to play it. The Altars.
It's not loading for me anymore. Fuck.
The Altars and 2 Point Museum. Trying to think if there's anything. I think.
Why does this one have 6?
Bro, so that's another part of the inconsistent bullshit that I wanted to talk about with this damn Game Awards, because these motherfuckers are so inconsistent with everything. And we gonna talk about that shit at the end. But yes, there are. You can't see it on the screen because the way my shit's set up, it don't allow y'all to see it. All right. But yeah, we gonna talk about this shit. But I don't have any issues with that one. And then we get to Best Family. And guess what? 6 categories again. Isn't that crazy? Donkey Kong Bonanza, Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and Split Fiction. Is Split Fiction... I feel like there's some not family stuff in that. But okay, if you say so.
Yeah, like DK, you can't really play that with more than one other person, right?
Yeah.
And then Split
But that
Fiction
doesn't matter,
single
because
player.
remember, Astro Bot is a single player game. And
Oh yeah, and it won Best Family last year. That was
Best Family
so
game
stupid.
is just it's appropriate for family play. Basically, if it's PG, that's literally all they care about. It doesn't matter if it's a game you can actually play with a full family, as long as your kid can play it and you can look at the TV and be like, okay, he's not playing anything bad, which is just a dumb category altogether. Yeah. Like, but I feel like Peak should be on here. I would consider Peak a family game. I mean, there's some death, but it's not like there's blood or anything. I mean, there's cannibalism, so I guess they don't want your kids eating each other, but okay. But yeah, whatever.
That's hella funny.
Best fighting game: 2XKO, Capcom Fighting Collection 2, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, Virtual Fighter 5, Revo World Stage. Now, I just gotta say that this list is absolutely horrid. Absolute just dog shit. Because there's only 2 new games in this list. Capcom Fighting Collection is a collection of old ass games. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is a collection of old ass games. And Virtua Fighter 5 is a re-release of an old ass game that came out on the PS4. Like, was a launch title for the PS4 at that. Fighting games continue to just be dog shit. And the craziest part, there were so many good indie fighting games this year that don't get no fucking love. Like, it's like called Concept or some shit like that. That hoe is good. Let me see if I can find that shit. Conscript, or I forgot what the fuck it was called, bro. That game was dope though. Let me just look at fighting games. Fighting games on Steam. I forgot what the fighting games that were actually good this year. But there were some indie ones that could have made this list, and they don't look for shit. They just see, oh, what did Capcom drop? Oh, they dropped another collection. Okay, that'll work. Doesn't matter that none of these games actually came out this year. Shit is dumb. All right, and let's see. Fighting game by release date. So, oh my god. None of this shit is what I want to see, because Steam just gets flooded with some bullshit. All right. Where is that one game? Maybe it didn't come out. Maybe I'm tripping. I think I played the demo. I don't think the actual game came out. Maybe that's why. No, actually looking at the list of 2025 fighting games, it's actually pretty sad. There's literally nothing. There's nothing on here, bro. It's like a bunch of demos for games that aren't even out yet. Oh, where was Hunter x Hunter?
Oh hell nah, that show was so garbage.
Oh man. Okay, now you know what? It's my fault. It was actually a dog shit year, outside of Fatal Fury and 2XKO. So I apologize. I jumped the gun on that one, because there was literally nothing, unless you want to add Pillow Fight to the mix of fighting games.
Pillow Fight.
But yeah, we just need more fighting games, bro. That's all I see. It's obviously trying to find 5 fighting games a year is just hard, because no one makes fighting games anymore, which is sad. All right, best RPG: Avowed, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, and The Outer Worlds 2. Monster Hunter Wilds should not be up here, and that's literally my only qualm with this list. That's literally it. Anything you want to say though?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah,
now we're
Monster
back
Hunter
to 5.
Wilds, is that even an RPG?
Monster Hunter, I don't care what nobody says. Monster Hunter is not an RPG. I'm like, Monster Hunter is not an RPG. It has elements for sure, but that's the same as like calling fucking Horizon or God of War an RPG. Like,
Yeah.
we need to stop giving these. And then the fact that you could have, like, if Final Fantasy Tactics was in here, even though it's a remake, that would be more of an RPG than this bullshit that's up here. So, what are we doing? All
I
right.
don't know what they're doing, bro.
Best action adventure: Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Ghost of Yotei, Hollow Knight, Silk Song, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Split Fiction. Great lists. I will come back to this though. But you have anything?
Is this the only one that Indiana Jones is nominated in?
I think in music or something like that. It's also, and like maybe technical thing or whatever.
Interesting.
Best action game: Battlefield 6, I was about to say Boom, Doom: The Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi.
Why is Battlefield in here, I guess?
They usually put shooters in action game, which there is no best shooter category, so
That is true. That is true.
I guess I'll allow that. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I would put here, but the main ones for me are here, which is Hades 2 for sure, Ninja Gaiden 4 and
4.
Shinobi. I feel like Ragebound was like Ragebound should be up here because it wasn't that far off from Shinobi. So I feel like if Shinobi made it up here, Ragebound should be there as well. Over, I mean, I didn't really play Doom, so I don't know. But from the way people treat Doom today, you would think that shit wasn't that good.
Yeah, yeah, it's fun. I think I might have played like a level or two before I left to LA. I was having fun with it.
Oh, actually, I forgot. What they were missing in the most anticipated game was actually Demon Tides. So yeah, that's what they fucked up with. Although we're about to get a release date for Demon Tides.
Let's go.
They're about to drop a new trailer next week or like in December, early December, one of those, and then we're getting the release date. So happy
That's
about
good.
that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think action game is fine as is because I can't think of anything off the top of my head. And now the thing doesn't want to fucking work. Okay. All right. After action was best VR/AR. And the website is broken. Okay, it's working. Alien Rogue Incursion, Arcane Age, Ghost Town, Deadpool, and Midnight Walk. I didn't play any of these. I have no opinions about any of these. So I'm just going to move on. Best mobile game. I'm just going to move on. But Uma Musume should win. Shout out to the horse girls. We need more horse girls. I swear Wuthering Waves came out in like 2024. Or am I tripping? But yeah, I digress.
I think it came out this year. No, I think it came out this year.
Okay. And best debut indie game. Only four nominations because Megabonk.
And one of them is not even a fucking indie game.
Megabonk resigned, so there's only 4 nominations here to choose from. My vote is on Dispatch for this,
Dispatch, yeah.
See, Expedition 33, I feel like you can count it as an indie game.
You can count it, but is it though, you know? Like I feel like
like my thing is it's like, oh, they have the argument is that they have a publisher, Kepler Interactive, right? That's the argument as to why they're not considered an indie.
Expedition 33. Let me actually look into this real quick.
Because I feel like if we can count Raw Fury and Devolver Digitals and Annapurna, and all of their games are still considered indies, even though they're published under these
Kepler Interactive.
Now pretty big entities. Like Devolver Digital is pretty big name.
So Kepler Interactive is co-owned by 7 independent video game studios and a minority shareholder, the Chinese company NetEase. Wait, what? So NetEase is pretty much their minority shareholder.
Oh, minority shareholder.
Yeah, and then the rest is split off between like a bunch of smaller studios.
Yeah, because I feel like Kepler is in the same category as Raw Fury, Devolver Digital, and Annapurna. Because Kepler doesn't put out super big games. Like Sifu was a debut indie game, or was not Sifu? What was their first game? Absolver. But Kepler didn't do that one.
Yeah, okay. So I'm looking at all their games that they're credited for: Cat Quest 2, Sifu Scorn, Chia, Ultros. It's nothing but quality. Well, there's Flintlock, and I've never really seen Pacific Drive. I don't know about that.
I've heard good things about Pacific Drive.
Bionic Bay, I've heard good things. Of obviously Claire Obscure. Rematch.
But they don't put out these big ass AAA games. Like they publish indie games. They find
They
indie
publish.
developers.
Okay, so I found it. So the main argument is the developers of Claire Obscure themselves saying that it's more of a AA game.
In terms of budget, like, okay, but what are we defining as indie? Because
That's well, I mean, I'm telling you what
Yeah.
what Sandfall is saying themselves.
yeah, but like, what do we consider indie? Because Baldur's Gate is an indie game, Baldur's Gate 3, and that's a big ass budget. Like that's over $100 million budget, and that is an independent studio. Like, that was completely independent.
But I actually think that they're funded by like Hasbro, right? Or like partially funded by.
Well, they're
Fire or
using
something like that?
they're using their IP. But when The Witcher 3 came out, they were also, that was just CD Projekt Red before they got before they went public, or before WB was involved, or whatever happened after that.
Yeah. I don't know.
So like
It's hard
the
to-
definition
it's
of
definitely hard to
indie, yeah, like, is it just that it's an independent studio with no publisher? Because then the indie list would be completely different, taking out anyone who has been published by a Raw Fury or a Devolver Digital
Maybe-
or blah blah blah.
Maybe it's a team size thing. Because how big is a team for ad hoc? It can't be more than like
no, it's in the
30,
20s.
40 people.
It was in the 20s or 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Maybe it's a team size thing then.
yeah, if it's team size, then would you consider Grounded an indie game, since it was developed by like 13 people? Or like
It's an indie
Pentiment.
scoped game.
Yeah, is indie scoped for sure. Like,
I remember the first one that was like this is like a AAA like type, but like indie scope was like the first Hellblade, right?
Yeah.
Like I think that was in their marketing.
and that was
man.
still a team of like 20 people.
Yeah.
And that one, you can like, they were independent. They were definitely independent at the time when they made the game. It was a small indie size, but like when you look at it, there's nothing indie about it. Well, until you actually play it and then you realize, oh yeah, like the scope, the gameplay is definitely more indie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this category always comes into contention. Same thing with like the David the Diver thing last year. Although you can definitely, like, Nexon is so far removed from indie that it's kind of hard to just be like, we can't really give y'all that, bro.
Did they win it?
Yes, they did win it.
Oh no.
Or did they? Actually, I don't remember. So yeah. I feel like there should be more indie games on here though. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
At least they should have replaced Megabunk with somebody else. There's been plenty of debut indie games that could have made this list. I've never even heard of Despilote or whatever the fuck that shit is.
Me neither.
But I saw some gameplay for it and I was like, okay, this kind of looks cool. It's definitely different. Artsy fartsy for sure. But I don't have any problems with the other three for the most part. Best indie game as a whole, we got Absalom, Ball X Pit, Blueprints, Clair Obscure, Hades 2, Hollow Knight, Silk Song. I love this list actually. Although I need Blade Chimera to get some love, but no Blade Chimera love. It's all cool. I know nobody played that shit.
I need to play Absolem. That game looks sick.
Yeah. All right. Best community support. Nobody gives a fuck. Only thing good about this is that Destiny 2 is finally not on this list, and that's it.
But
And same
where's
with
our
best.
Splatoon though?
Oh yeah, they got an update this year. Where's the Splatoon love? That's the best community support. Best ongoing game. Again, Destiny 2's not here, so we all good there. Games for Impact, aka the DEI award. Because you know, South of Midnight, nobody cared about South of Midnight until Games for Impact. Because it's crazy when we get to that music section. I got so much to say when we get to that. But we have Consume Me, Despilote, whatever the fuck that is. Lost Records, Bloomin' Rage. We know damn well nobody cared about this game. But games for Impact, they gonna show up for that. South of Midnight and Wanderstop. So yeah. Oh man, I can't wait till we get to that music section. Innovation and accessibility. Assassin's Creed Shadows, Atomfall. I forgot that game came out this year. I really need to play that. I wanted to play this game so bad and I neglected the fuck out of it. Doom the Dark Ages, EA Sports FC 26, South of Midnight. Best performance. Ben Starr, Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Charlie Cox, Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Jennifer English, Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Erika Ishii, Ghost of Yote. Konatsu Kato, Silent Hill F. And Troy Baker, Indiana Jones and a Great Circle. All right, I want to check something just real quick.
Wait,
All
when
right.
is the Xbox showcase? The third party showcase
Tomorrow.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually excited for that.
Did she? All right, Konatsu Kato. She played the Japanese. Did she play the Japanese voice of the character in English? Because I want to.
Is there even a English voice for it? I can look it up real quick.
Okay, no, there was English. It was Susie Young who voiced her in the English. So shout out to the Game Awards for finally giving a Best Performance Award to a non-English dub or English, what's it called? But like, shout out to them because they finally are doing this. Even though I was so mad about games like Metaphor being in this category with the fucking English VAs who don't even do anywhere close to as good of a performance as the Japanese counterparts. And like, this is the first time I've ever seen a game that actually had an English dub. On top of that, actually have the Japanese voice actors getting like nominations. And I remember like last year, or the year before, I like called them out on that shit. So good on them for actually having a Japanese voice actor or a non-English voice actor in general in here. Finally. Although this whole if I'm pretty sure she did a great job, but I'm gonna say like this whole category should be, or there should be more Japanese voice actors in this category.
Sure, yeah.
The fuck? I yogurt in my beard this whole time. It's crazy. But Claire Obscure having 3 nominations is a bit excessive in my eyes. 2, maybe 2, sure. 3. Now, I'm not gonna say that all 3 didn't deserve it, because I feel like all 3 of these characters are pretty A1, like their performances. Although I will say Charlie Cox could be the one cut easily, just for the nature of his character. But yeah, Troy Baker was also a shoe-in. We already knew as soon as we heard Troy Baker as Indiana Jones, he was going to be here.
Mm.
But yeah, I think Jennifer English probably has the best chance here.
Mm.
I haven't played Ghost of Yotei, so I'm not going to speak on the performance of that or whether it should be there or not.
She's good in there. I will say. I actually like how like sarcastic she is. Like, it plays well with her character, and like, she just feels so like real. Like, honestly, like it feels like a real person. So
Nice.
like when she sits down in a hot spring, like your options are like reflect on the newest weapon you got, or like talking about how hurt you are right now. Like she'll literally sit in there and be like, "Oh, my body fucking hurts." Like,
So
it's just real,
she's
you know?
not a fucking broomstick like Jin.
No, she's I would say if there's one improvement that they made is they really did flesh out her as a character as opposed to Jin, where Jin is very just like stoic, just like one dimensional, right? Like very samurai coded, right? Whereas like she definitely feels like more of just like a human, you know, like just a regular person.
That's good at least.
Yeah.
So, best audio design: Battlefield 6, Clair Obscur, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Silent Hill F. I haven't heard any bad things about either of these when it comes to the audio. Battlefield 6 definitely, I've played that, has really good audio. Clair Obscur has good music. I don't think I've ever been like impressed with the audio design though, so I can't really, I don't know about that one at least.
I will say I'm rarely like, I feel like audio design is just on like as a baseline just really good now. So like a lot of games don't really stick out as having like really good audio design, but I will say
yeah,
Arc
good.
Raiders has really good audio
I was
design.
literally about to say that. The demo that I played for Arc Raiders, the audio design was one of the things that stood out the most.
No, it's incredible. Arc Raiders has really good audio design. And honestly, all of Xbox's games have exceptional
Facts.
audio design. They all have exceptional audio design. So
yeah. I won't speak on the games that I haven't played. But I'm pretty sure Death Stranding 2's audio design is A1. Silent Hill has always been about the audio. Like Silent Hill 2's audio design was fucking crazy. So I expect Silent Hill F to be there too. You want to speak on Ghost of Yotei's?
Oh yeah, Ghost of Yotei's audio design is great. I would say if there is one missing, I would put South of Midnight on here. But yeah, no, all these, I'm sure all these have great audio design. I remember in the beta, Battlefield 6's audio design was crazy too, and of course, Death Stranding has great. Like, I know the first one has great audio design. So yeah, no, all these are good.
All right, best score in music: Hollow Knight Silk Song, Hades 2, Clair Obscur 33, Ghost of Yotei, and Death Stranding 2. Hades 2 and Clair Obscur, but I think Clair Obscur got this one.
Where's our Mario Kart?
But yeah, that's what we here for. All right, this list is some bullshit. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't care about how good Death Stranding 2 or Hollow Knight or Ghost of Yotei or even Hades 2. Mario Kart World could replace any game on this list. Mario Kart World could replace any game on this list. And I'll say Donkey Kong Bonanza could replace at least 2 games on this list.
Oh yeah, bro, Donkey Kong Bonanza's audio design or like music is great.
It don't make no damn sense except the fact that it's not traditional fucking orchestral background bullshit music that they're not up here. Because there's no fucking way niggas listen to all those renditions of these classic Mario music from all the different Mario games. And not even just like, they didn't only do big band music like Mario Kart 8. They did different genres of music. They had like Latin music inspirations. They had fucking drum and bass. Bro, they did everything in that fucking soundtrack. There is no way in hell that this game should not be up here. This is probably the biggest snub out of any game. It's crazy, bro. And like I always say this, these awards, you know, I'm gonna save it for the end. Don't worry. Don't worry. But best art direction, Clear Obscure, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong. Sure. I could definitely make the argument for something else, but I'll let these slide. Anything?
I'm actually surprised by the lack of Nintendo nominations here.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Once I get to the end, I got some shit to say as well. But
Yeah.
but even though when I played the demo, I didn't care for the game itself that much, there is one very noticeable missing one here. And I feel like you're gonna feel the same. Shinobi.
Oh yeah.
Shinobi should be
yeah.
here. And I feel like it should be over Hollow Knight Silksong. Like, I love the look of Hollow Knight, but I think Shinobi does it better when it comes to hand-drawn 2D art.
Oh yeah.
But that's just me, you know. All right, best narrative: Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Silent Hill F. Y'all can miss me with this bullshit. Dispatch should be taking out one of these motherfuckers. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Any standouts or anything you feel missing?
Nah. I mean, yeah, I'm sure since Dispatch is a very story-heavy game, you would think that it would be on here too, but
I just think it came out a little too late for them to think about it, or most had not gotten a chance to actually play through it.
yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's cool.
I'm trying to think if there's any other narrative-driven game that I played.
Bro,
this
this
year.
website is ass, dude.
Bro, that shit was tripping. All right, best game direction: Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, Split Fiction. I'm gonna save my thoughts on this until we get to Game of the Year. But do you have anything to say on this?
Yeah, I mean, where the fuck is Bonanza? You know,
Look,
or
I got words once we get to the Game of the Year.
yeah.
And lastly, Game of the Year: Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Now this is bar for bar the list that I said it was going to be, except that I had the one caveat where I said it's either going to be Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 or Split Fiction. Those are like fighting for that last spot. And it ended up being Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. But the first 5 were a shoo-in. Like, I knew this was going to be the list. So I really have no qualms about this. All right. Now,
Yeah, this was damn near my list too, except KCD would probably have been replaced with Yotei.
yeah, and
like...
I knew Yotei wasn't going to make it. Now,
that would literally been my list.
Now let's get to the crazy parts of this topic. So we see the Game of the Year list. All right, cool. Now what makes no fucking sense, let's look at the most nominations. let me take this off for a little bit, and let me just go on to Twitter to see the most nominated games. Here we go. All right. Let me put this back up on the screen. Here's a look at the most nominated games at the Game Awards. 12 nominations go to Expedition 33. Not surprising. And for the most part, I would say there are a few things I would say that we can take them out of some of these categories, but for the most part, I don't have any issues. 7 nominations for Death Stranding 2. Okay, makes sense. It's a Game of the Year contender. It makes sense that they would be in the most nominated. Ghost of Yote, 7 nominations. A game that is not Game of the Year worthy somehow has 7 nominations. Okay. Then we have Hades 2, 6 nominations. Cool. But then it's like, oh, well, Ghost of Yote is not even a Game of the Year nomination, but somehow Hades 2 has less nominations. Okay. Silk Song also with, wait, is that 5 or 6? I'm actually too far away to see. 5. Silk Song has 5. A Game of the Year nomination. Split Fiction has 4. So we have 4 out of 6 games on the Game of the Year list with the highest amount of nominations. But 2 games that are on the Game of the Year list have less nominations than 2 games who are not even nominated for Game of the Year. Now, I just want y'all to make it make sense for me. So let's get back to the Game of the Year list, or like the actual Game of the Years, because you're gonna tell me, and this goes both ways. So let me see. I'm just gonna search. So Ghost of Yote has a better game direction than Donkey Kong Bonanza. Has a better game direction than Donkey Kong Bonanza. Has a better soundtrack than Donkey Kong Bonanza. And what was the other game that didn't make it onto the most nominated list? It was
KCD, right? KCD only had like
one or
two.
KCD isn't on here either. So we have Ghost of Yote has better game direction than Donkey Kong Bonanza. KCD made it onto the game direction list. It has a better narrative than Donkey Kong Bonanza, which, yeah, you could definitely say that. I'm not going to argue that one. Better art direction than KCD 2 and Donkey Kong Bonanza, because neither one of them made that list. Shit, I fucked up. It has better score and music than KCD and Donkey Kong Bonanza. Better audio design than KCD and Donkey Kong Bonanza. Better performances than KCD and Donkey Kong Bonanza. And it's a better action adventure game than KCD and Donkey Kong Bonanza, which are both action adventure games. But it's also not a better game than KCD and Donkey Kong Bonanza. Now, make it make sense to me how this makes sense. And this is the inconsistencies that I'm talking about when it comes to the Game Awards and why I just think that this fucking award show is a joke. Because you can't even get your own categories to make sense. It's like it's like seeing the Grammys and you see like a rap album listed as the album of the year. But then you go to the rap album of the year category and that album is missing. How the hell are you going to be an album of the year and your genre is rap, but you're not the rap album of the year? How are you going to be in the game of the year category? Your genre is action adventure, and you're not in the action adventure game of the year category. Except the fact that you just wanted to give someone else a shine. You wanted to give like, oh, well, I'm gonna vote this one as game of the year, but I want this game to have some shine, so I'm gonna put it in this category and not the one that was actually the game that I feel is the better game of the year. And then best game direction literally makes no fucking sense. If you have the best game direction, you should automatically be a game of the year contender. And the fact that we have two games, which, you know, I haven't played Ghost of Yote, but Donkey Kong Bonanza is a game, like the game design and direction is not something that we see every day. You don't see a game like Donkey Kong Bonanza being made by anybody else. Same thing with Split Fiction.
Yeah.
And I feel like Split Fiction is kind of the only one that is like, I will give it the game direction, but I could see 6 other games being better games than Split Fiction. But I do feel like Split Fiction should be there above KCD in my eyes. But like Ghost of Yote, game direction, it's a better version of a formula that we've seen a lot. And Death Stranding 2, we know Death Stranding is, you know, it's a Strand type game. We only got 2 of those. It makes sense. Although, you know me, I would rather it not be there, but you know me. I knew it was going to be there, so I'm not going to argue it, but it is what it is. Expedition 33, obviously, it's the revival of JRPGs, you know? No JRPGs existed from Persona 5 to Expedition 33, so, you know, it had to be up here. And then Hades 2. You know, Hades 2? We got a lot of Hades clones since Hades 1. Hades 2 might be the best one of all of them, but is the game direction? No, I'll give it to it. But
yeah, I will say Donkey Kong Bonanza not being in this one is incredibly fucking disrespectful, because watch, now there's gonna be more platformers and shit that are gonna be focused on like destructibility and shit, and that's literally gonna be because DK Bonanza. It's literally gonna be because of that. So, like,
this award makes no fucking sense, because you cannot be the game of the year and not be, you like, game direction literally makes or breaks if you're even a worthy game of the year contender.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't make sense to be like, I mean, I understand that there's 5 categories, but there's 2 games on here that aren't even in the game of the year conversation. So one of them would have to not make the list. But there's no way it should have been Bonanza. Like, it don't make no damn sense to me. That's all I'm saying. But the same thing with the music. Like, it doesn't feel like anyone actually, like these industry people actually played most of these games. And it seems they're just picking shit. Like, that's literally what it feels like. It don't feel like they're picking shit because and we know damn well they don't play all the games. Like, we know damn well they don't. The DICE Awards is the only one that I know where they have to play all the games, and the panel actually has to meet and discuss in person about which games they're gonna pick, and they actually like talk it out, which is why I have respect for the DICE Awards, even though it doesn't always go like a way that makes sense to me. Like, at least I know the process is better than what they're doing at the Game Awards. Because this is just way too inconsistent for me to understand. So yeah, as usual, like I say every single year, this shit is a fucking joke. And as usual, I'm here for the announcements. That's the only reason Jeff has me showing up for this bullshit.
Facts.
If it wasn't for the announcements, just like those Spike shows back in the day, nobody would be watching that bullshit. We would have been going about our business on December, what's the date? 10th, 11th?
December 8th?
Oh.
No, maybe I think you're right.
But yeah, the announcements are the only reason. Yes, the 11th. The announcements are the reason that we show up. Like, I love seeing the developers get their flowers and being able to, like, I love that the developers have a moment to be celebrated, for sure. But we've seen from these shows that Jeff don't give a fuck about these developers either. So last year was a little bit better, but we remember the year before that. Please wrap it up. But, you know, it is what it is. I like it. Like, I wish that it didn't bother me because it's like, I don't care, but it's also just so fucking retarded. I can't say that word. Stupid. When I see it every single time, it's like, bro, how do y'all fuck this up every year? And it's the same shit. I do this every year. Also, South of Midnight not being in the music category is fucking ridiculous. The whole game is like, the whole narrative, the gameplay, everything is like, it's developed around music. Like, music has everything to do with it, and it's music that you won't hear in any other game. It's like, I haven't played the game, but I've heard enough of the soundtrack to know that shit should be in this category. Besides fucking generic orchestral music number 5 bullshit.
Yeah.
So
I South of Midnight, man. That game was good. Could have been better, but it was definitely good.
But, you know, they'll throw South of Midnight the DEI award for sure. But I do this shit every year, and I'm gonna continue to do this shit every year. But it's fucking bullshit. That's all I'll say on this. But
Yeah.
anything you want to add? Because I'm done talking about this.
No, other than, yeah, Jeff makes a shit show every year, and it definitely stirs the gamers up for sure.
I feel like it's purposeful.
Oh yeah.
Like,
No, he purposely makes it shitty, for sure.
because it brings conversations.
Yep.
And you know, I do this every year. I bring more conversations to this damn award show. So, you know, shout out to me for giving him free publicity also. And then also streaming the show that I also call bullshit every year. But you know, it is what it is. That's the price that I'll gladly pay every single time. But with that, I feel like that's a good place to go ahead and wrap it up. That is it. That is all we have for you guys today. Thank you all for tuning in, and to all the people leaving comments in the chat. We do appreciate your support. Make sure you guys hit that like because we love you guys and it helps us grow this channel. If you're not subscribed, you enjoyed the show, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated for when Dual-Wield premieres. And also, make sure you guys join the official Discord. A lot of fun conversations in there. Just want to have more people. But yeah, with that, let's go ahead and get these outros. Subegos, appreciate you as always for pulling up. Always fun having these conversations. Where can we find you and what you got going on?
Yes, sir. Kirby Air Riders Day.
Yes,
This is
sir.
gonna be going live. I should be streaming it. I'm not 100% gonna say yes I am, but I should be streaming it. So check me out at subeg.tv/subagels. Gonna be my first time playing it, so I'm gonna be learning it on the fly, and I'm probably gonna be really bad. So go ahead and slide through and tell me how fucking bad I am at the game. Or jump in with me and try to play with me. But yeah, there for sure. YouTube.com/Subagels. There too. Instagram and Twitter at SubegDollyWall. I think my Twitter is linked down there, right?
Yes.
So yeah, you guys can y'all can just check out that link and just follow me there. Haven't been talking as much, but I have been posting a lot of pictures, which I like. I like posting pictures because you know, pictures say more than words sometimes. But yeah, check me out there. Trying to game. I'm trying to. I kind of want to beat Lost Soul. I'm really craving. I'm really itching to play it again. I was having a lot of fun with it, for sure.
All right. And as for myself, Don Otaku, you can find me on Twitter at PastaFeet F3ET. You can find me on twitch.tv/Otaku the Don. And of course, you can find me right here on YouTube, where not only are we doing Dual-Wield Gaming Podcast every Thursday, Project Entitled Gaming Podcast live every Saturday. And as far as Lognet, Dispatch finale review should be soonish. I've just been slacking. But I'm gonna get that out by the end of the week, hopefully. And then I got another review coming for Ball X Pit. Shout out to that one being in the best indie game. Glad to see that one made it. But yeah, I feel like Megabonk should still be on the best indie game, just not the best debut indie. I think it should have made that list, but I digress. Yeah, I did. I actually forgot to talk about. I did play Megabonk yesterday, and I finally survived for more than 6 minutes after the timer goes off, and then you get those like super hard ass enemies coming. I went a full defense route or like build, and I was able to survive the 6 minutes, and I got the achievement for that, so that was cool.
Nice.
But yeah, other than that though, I hope to be playing. I'm gonna be playing Air Riders actually. I was like,
Hell yeah.
I'm about to be playing Pokemon Legends, but like, oh wait, no, that's not happening. Kirby Air Riders, you already know. But any final words for the people to get them through the week, through the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, get your guys' steps in, man. Drink some fucking water, hit the gym, health is wealth.
All I gotta say for y'all, get that Lubriderm, bro. Get that motherfucking Lubriderm, get some Jergens, get some. If you find an Avon dealer, get that Avon from one of them. You know what I mean? Lotion up, cuz. Don't be caught ashy out here in these streets. It's cold outside now. You know damn
hella
well.
funny.
As soon as you hop out the shower, you about to be ashy as fuck. Get that Lubriderm, cuz. Don't play with me. Get that Gold Bond if you really ashy. Intense healing, you feel me? No, I'm just playing. But with that, let's get the fuck out of here. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy your week, your weekend, month, year, life, all that. Bye-bye.
Peace.